Hi there, everybody, and welcome to Roll with Advantage. Very excited for today, the 50th session of the Tales of Evrand.
Are we all doing the hand?
Fireworks.
If you're wondering why Kayla is not as excited about the 50th session of the Tales of Evrand, that's because she's not here right now. She will be here shortly, but it's not that Kayla hates this game. She definitely very much loves it, and if she was here, she would be celebrating with us.
That's true.
Exactly. All right, so let's go ahead and roll the intro and get started, since, after all, we're 18 minutes over. And we're back. Take it away, John.
Welcome back to the Tales of Evrand, Session 50, or Book 5, Chapter 5. We're going to delve right into the game with the summary this week by Ryan, and this is totally, he writ it down. He knew he was on summary this week. This is completely... Take it away, Ryan.
Yeah, there may have been a clerical error too, but yeah, we'll get started here. It's not going to be in character today. So, after the most recent assassination attempt from the Seekers of Insomnia, which was successful, the party got back together and quickly made some healing attempts on Basil's eye. While the eye could not be saved, Basil was healed, for lack of a better way to phrase it. We used the port class to escape and returned to... We went to Shardina, right? No, we went back to... Crap, I can't remember the name of the town. City. Eldin, thank you. We were returned to Eldin. The party returned to the Sapphire Chalice while Basil and Vasati took some time to check in on one another and fully come to terms with the act that they performed. Their father was dead. They were free from his grasp. The party reconvened and discussed what was next on the table. Ultimately, it was decided that they were going to head to Wodale. Yes, to Wodale. Basil's old hometown. Not her oldest hometown, but her last hometown. Where she had an issue with her garden that had since grown into a fairly significant problem. We didn't know much, but with the help of Lady Gemcloak some weeks back, the party did know that there was some sort of infestation that was going on underneath her garden. Had something to do with a large brain. Again, the port glass is taken in order to get closer to the border. After buying some supplies, Rianne summons Hikari, but to the horror of everyone, realizes that Hikari is coming to some very serious lethal wounds at the hands of magic that Oberyn cast during the fight. Being put into the pocket dimension kept Hikari alive, but the attempts of the party was they were unable to remove the magic. Rianne, with Hikari's connection and power of his own, was able to change Hikari's form and preserve the life, changing it into a wingless griffin. Hikari remains with the party. Traveling together, the party eventually crosses the border, answers all the questions, and gets through the checks that they need, though they are warned to stay away from Wodale. Though, of course, that was never going to happen. So naturally, we went straight there. Bypassed the guards, bypassed the village, lied our asses off, as we tend to do, and made our way to meet Basil's friend, named...
Morita.
Thank you. Who seemed just lovely. After some conversation to get a handling on the situation, the Seekers followed her and used a path that was familiar to Basil to get to the back of the large sinkhole that had appeared where her home was. The party started to descend, but it wasn't long until they found that they weren't alone.
Amazing. Great summary.
That was me teleporting into the game now.
I think it was a little too rehearsed.
You gave me enough time to eat both of my quesadillas. Thank you, Ryan.
You're welcome. Getting a lot of mixed messages on the reception of this thing, but
It was good.
I was physically teleported into the game from that summary. That was awesome.
It's gotta feel more natural, man. Like you gotta sound like you're making it up.
yeah, but I'm a robot. I can't do spontaneous reaction. That's against my programming.
Ryan, one of these days, I'd like you to recite the monologue that Zinc gives in the D&D movie about how to solve the puzzle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
send it.
You'll
send
figure
it
it
to me
out
and I'll
once you-
do it.
To watch the movie.
All right.
So, diving back into the game, the party had started their descent down the large hole where Basil's garden and home used to be. You descended down for about 25 to 30 minutes until you started to hear these creatures making their way up the walls and jumping from rocks to rocks, looking down, Rian being the first to see them. These creatures with 4 monstrous legs and the body that looks exactly like a brain. These creatures have no face, no eyes, no features at all other than a brain with legs as they start to make their way up towards the party. Some of them perching themselves onto these jutted out rocks from the walls, but most of them still attached to their ropes descending down in the center of this hole. So, last week we did roll initiative, and I will go over a couple things with the battle and map before we start combat. First off, as everyone can see, they are attached to a rope, the white line attached to your token. The number above your heads is how much rope you have currently used, out of 100 feet of rope that each of you have. Once you reach 100, you can no longer move forward or move down unless you remove the rope or reattach the rope somewhere. Second, all of these purple lines you see on the map that I will be removing here soon are places that you can actually step on. They are rocks that are jutted out of the walls. They are platform. Third, the background here is just the background. It's about 20 feet away from you guys. You are in the center of a hole right now. And then these right here, all of this right here is just the walls. Is there any questions before we move forward with this weird 2D, 3D map situation we got going on?
Yeah,
Felicity has a question.
I
Yes.
do. So some of the brains are not on top of the platforms. Are they crawling on the side?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so I know it's a 2D map, but think of it in a 3D space. You're in a hole. There are dimensions to things, so anything that is not a wall or the backdrop, you can climb around, climb on, all that stuff. Also, I did not say, these little things right here that Yursa and these white lines I'm drawing, these are like tendrils of plants. They can be walked on, but they are not sturdy like rocks. So you might have some issues there.
They look like they have thorns. Would it do piercing damage at all?
You know, you have to find out, but maybe. But they
I'm
also
not
look
gonna
like they
find
couldn't
out.
hold a lot of weight.
I
either.
think Ursa will find out the soonest. So
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. She could also just like break it.
So.
One other question. Sorry.
Mhm.
For like moving down rope, is it just normal movement speed? Is it half? Okay.
It's normal movement speed. We're not going to go into all those minute details. It's just, again, once you hit 100 feet with this rope, you cannot move. Especially if you're in the middle of the hole and not on anything, you can't move. If you're at 100 feet and on a platform, you can't move left or right because, well, you can move left or right 5 feet because you have no more rope to go down, and you can move up. But we'll get there if we get there. So.
Is a last question, is the bottom of the map here the floor, like the ground level?
The bottom of the map there, how much you have 120 feet of dark vision, or I guess Devil's Sight? Is it Devil's Sight?
No, it's
equivalent.
It's the technically from the Rune Knight, it's Stone Giant Sight, I guess.
Okay. The bottom of the map right here is a large opening. You can see that it looks like dull green and purple lights very, very far down. Just think of the scene from Lord of the Rings when Gandalf's fighting Balrog, and then it opens up into that giant cavern.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the end of that hole is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
More room to fall. Great.
Yes.
Huzzah.
It's not
Huzzah.
that bad.
Not that bad.
We just
Any
need
more
to fight
questions?
your stuff. No.
Cool. Let's get into combat mode. Move this chair.
Hell yeah,
Okay.
dude.
So, let me go ahead. Turn this on. This is working. This is working. Perfect. Awesome. So, at the top of the round, we'll begin combat. Top of the round, Gideon.
Hello. Also, is there any music playing right now?
There is.
I can't hear it. It's odd. But I'll worry about that later. Alright, seeing the two nearest, so the one that's right in front of Basil and the one that's over closer to Yrsa, from his position, Gideon's going to twin cast Ray of Frost on those two creatures.
Nice.
So give me one quick second. I should be still connected to the VTT, but we will see here real quick.
Let me bring out my dice. What am I doing?
Virtual tabletop not found. What do you mean? You said it would always connect me, John.
Supposed to. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, well, you can check it on D&D Beyond. I got a 19 for the first one. And for the second one... Well, nope. That's a natural 1. So one hit.
No.
Well, what was the total?
11.
That just misses.
Yeah, okay. So... Alright, so... Real quick. 3 points of damage.
Okay, is that to the right or left one?
Right one.
Okay. Okay. As you cast Ray of Frost, the rope tied around you, kind of dangling in midair. You look down and cast it. As you cast the first one, it kind of pushes you off to the side. As it hits, because you are pushed off to the side, you go to the second one and just barely miss it as it hits the rock next to it, not taking into account, dangling in midair as you're shooting your spells.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Is the game paused for anyone else?
Now it's not.
Okay.
Mm.
And he'll lower 15 feet. The rope is still attached. Okay, there we go.
Yep. So let's put you at 20 feet.
Yes.
Okay.
And that'll
Awesome.
be it.
All right. It is now. It is now the intellect devourer that you hit. Its turn. However, it is right next to one of you. Basil, as you are kind of standing on the rock, you look down and you hear the well, for lack of better words, slapping of the brain against this rock as it's climbing up. Yeah.
Listen, they're really cute though.
Is it though?
I think so. I've seen pictures, and they're cute.
You feel this massive migraine start to come on. I need you to make a intelligence saving throw.
Come on, don't be a dumbass.
Okay.
Wait, we want high, right? High rolls.
Yes.
Because I was like, should we need... I can't remember if they want us to be smart or dumb.
Okay. So you feel this like psychic connection with this creature as it tries to peer into your mind and almost rupture your thoughts and thinking. However, you're way too smart for this thing. And because it is such a base creature, you shrug off the effects. It's not going to move because it's right next to you. So,
Fair.
Enid, your turn.
Yeah, I think she's going to, can she see this one from where she's at?
Which one? Sorry.
The
Yes.
one that I pointed
Yeah.
at.
Do you have dark vision?
Yeah, I got 60 feet. I just didn't
Yeah,
know
you
if
can
like
see
the angle made it funky or anything.
Yeah. Yeah, you
Okay.
can see it.
Well, she can't get. Well, she could get sneak attack off that one, but she's headed here. We'll see if people end up struggling over there, but we'll try and get this one out of the way before she and Gideon get closer.
Okay.
So I'll just do 2 regular attacks on it.
Okay. Go ahead.
No sneaky. 19 to hit for the first one.
Hits.
17 to hit for the second one.
Yep. Roll damage.
Okay. And ignore the sneak attack damage. I don't know how to make it not roll. Does it only roll? Oh no, that's just the attack rolls. Okay, cool.
5 and 9, so 14 points of damage. Okay.
And how
As
does
you-
it look? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, as you throw your psionic daggers into it, it hits the creature. You see a splatter of this green viscous liquid as the daggers disappear. You can see that the rock that it's on, it's bleeding out pretty heavily. It's looking pretty bad. I don't know if you can hover these things and tell how injured they are.
Badly injured. I can see
Mhm.
that. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. And then let's see. Oh, I can bonus action attack 2. Didn't know that. It's listed as a bonus action. I guess I do have 2 weapon fighting. Okay, that makes sense. All right, I'll hit it one more time. That'll be my bonus action.
Cool.
All right. 18.
Hits. Roll damage.
See if it does it.
6.
6.
It is still alive.
Damn.
You see it almost start to slide down the rock. Its legs go limp, but what you see it happens is from the wounds that you've created, these spores, these tendrils kind of lash out onto the rock and grab the rock as it's falling. Its legs are limp, but the spore that comes out of the brain just kind of like grabs on and starts pulling itself up.
Okay. Then I think she'll just move a little further down than Gideon, knowing that he's a little squishier than she is, so that if it does attack, it attacks her first.
Awesome. I believe that puts you at 25 feet.
Yes.
Okay. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
All right, Gak, you're up.
Okay. First
Basil, you're up
thing,
next.
it is on like this one right here. On this one right here.
Yeah.
5 feet away is over here. Yes. Bonus action, I'm going to do telekinetic shove and try to shove it 5 feet
Okay.
away from me.
Okay.
It has to save
Amazing.
a DC 16 strength save.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. I rolled a 3, but a total of 1, so these don't look very strong.
Yeah, so it gets pushed 5 feet away to right there, and then it falls.
Yeah. It starts to free fall. We're gonna just put this little arrow. You use your telekinetic shove, and you see it get slides off of the rock. It tries to grab it, but it just gets thrown off, and you can just see it start to fall down.
Nice. And then an attack of opportunity doesn't work because it did not willingly move. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay.
And it will move
Cool.
it will move a dash action of its movement on its turn falling.
Nice.
So double its movement falling.
Awesome. Okay. For my action, I would like to cast. No.
Okay.
Wait.
Meh.
Meh. Oh no! Wait a second. I had a spell that I thought I had. Well, okay. I
Mhm.
was fully prepared for a different spell, so that's my fault. I am going to cast. Wait, I don't know if that's close enough. Screw.
Okay, yeah. Mhm. You're gonna cast screw?
No, that's
I've
15.
never-
Okay. Oh wait, no. From me, it's 20.
What?
I don't know what's happening.
I'm gonna
I don't
cast
know what you're
mage
saying.
armor on myself,
Okay.
and that's my turn.
I don't know what you're saying, but
I know.
Okay.
I went through all stages of grief 3 times in the past 30 seconds.
amazing. All right. Basil, you're up.
Okay.
The Intellect Devourer that was about to attack you again, you watch Gak just shove it off of the rock and it starts to fall.
Basil turns
You-
around. Ah, thanks, Gak. So Basil's going to inch forward on the rock as to not fall, but inch forward enough to cast Sacred Flame on it.
On the one falling?
Yes.
Okay. Is Sacred Flame a dex check?
Sacred
Or is it a ranged attack?
Dex.
Okay, I'm gonna say it auto fails because it can't maneuver itself in the air. It's just falling. So it's go ahead and roll damage.
Cool.
Doesn't make sense that this thing is also intelligent enough to just like do a barrel roll to
Right.
get out of the
Oh,
way of a
is it?
Sacred Flame. 13. So Basil, you grabbing the rope, kind of lean over and kind of use the rope to your advantage to lean over even further, and as it's falling you just cast Sacred Flame. What does Sacred Flame look like as you cast it? See it right here.
So, since we're not outside in the sun, because usually she would use some of the sun to assist her, she's just going to, you know how kind of like when you have fire, so pretend her arm is like wrapped around the rope to hold her.
Yeah.
So she's just gonna create a lot of friction
Mhm.
and then like throw it down
Okay.
at it.
So you start rubbing your hands together and it starts creating radiant fire, and then you shoot it towards the creature. Love it.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say, so the creature takes 13 points of radiant damage. I'm gonna say it's pushed 5 feet downwards from the force of the blast. So it just hits it and it just starts to fall even faster. You feel pretty confident that one's probably gonna die. It can't grab on anything. It's in the middle, and whatever it hits next is probably gonna splat. So, is that your turn?
Yes.
Awesome. It is 1 hit point Devourer's turn. Yeah, okay. This thing is going to gear up and leap in the air from the rock. You see the spore kind of grab it up the side, and then you watch the spores, these tendrils that are coming out of the brain, wrap itself around the legs of this creature, almost like puppeteering it, and it pushes itself and jumps in the air. It is going to take... Actually... Yeah. It's going to take 2 claw attacks at you.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Okay, that's a 20 to hit
Yeah.
and 13 to hit.
Miss. First one
Okay,
hits.
so you take 10 points of slashing damage. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, however.
Okay. Con save. Oh, pretty good. 18.
Okay. You feel this as it slashes onto you. It hits your arm, leaving these scratches behind. You watch the tendrils try to latch onto the wound that it created, and you feel it almost pull on your Constitution. You feel this almost disease start to take effect, but you pull the tendrils off, ripping it off the brain. I'm just gonna make a check for this thing as it comes back down.
Well, I was gonna say, if it technically leaves 5 feet of me, is that an opportunity of attack? Because I would like to kick it.
Sure. Yeah, you know what? For theatrics, this is just funny. The brain jumps at you and then you kick it off the side. Yeah, go ahead and make an unarmed strike.
Okay.
This is just a funny fight.
11. Do I miss?
Unfortunately, you miss it.
I try to kick it.
The tendrils grab on you, and because you had to rip them out of the wound, you barely missed the kick. However, it did roll a 2 on its dexterity check to not land down and take damage. And you watch, because it had no use of its arms, it hits the rock, splatters, and then rolls off and dies.
It's sad in a different way. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, this one's dead. It's
Nice.
just, gone. Okay, that's that one. All right, let's see. This one's gonna run up the wall.
Hey, John, real quick.
Yeah.
I hate to be this guy, especially because one of them is close to me, but I think there are 2 intellect devourers that are not on the initiative roll. It's this one and this one over by Yursa.
Thank you.
Yes, I was trying to see when the one near me was coming, and then it wasn't, and I was like, I could just say nothing.
Well, the good thing is that I believe. Okay, yeah. So this one ran up. It's gonna full dash, and it's gonna get right here. That's
That's
its
not
turn. This one's gonna jump over here. Yeah. I need you to.
Quick.
Yeah, you see them creeping across the wall at an abnormal speed. This one's gonna jump up to you, Gak. I need you to make an intelligence saving throw. As you feel it try to peer into your mind and grasp a hold of your consciousness. Well, I'm gonna roll damage first. Where's it at? You take 9 points of psychic damage. And then also take, because of how low you rolled, an extra 11 points of psychic damage. What is your intelligence score?
That's gonna be a 6.
Okay. So Gak, instead of a 6, your intelligence score is now a 0. And you are stunned. And this one is going to start grabbing onto your leg and start moving up your body towards your head. Okay, cool. It's this one's turn. This one's gonna run over here, up the wall, up here, move here. It's gonna full dash. It's gonna jump up onto this rock towards Basil. That's its turn. This one's gonna leap here, then leap here. That's its turn.
Fuck.
Oh, I think I moved the wrong one. It's fine. This one's gonna leap here. Run over here. Which one's this? Okay, so that one just went. This one went. Did I put the same intellect devourer on the turn order twice? I might have accidentally done that. I'm sorry, guys. I done messed up.
It's okay.
There's too many of these damn things.
Just take some off.
Yeah, I mean, I can agree with you there. I think there are a lot.
That
What
is
you choose-
fair.
What you choose to do with that information is up to you.
Yeah. I'm just gonna move these here. Over here. Okay. All right. Rian, it's your turn.
Yeah. So one of those intellect devourers is making its way towards Gak. That's not cool. So
It is on his body, crawling up towards his brain.
yeah, sounds good. So Rian is going to let go of the rope, and he's gonna channel the magic into his boots that he purchased in Eldon, his boots of flying that he purchased in Eldon. When Gak bought the bag of holding, Rian also purchased those boots of flying
In Eldon.
in Eldon. Yes,
He did. I saw him.
Yeah.
thank you very
You're
much.
welcome.
Boom.
I did see that. I remember that.
Yeah, thank you.
Rian starts flying.
He does. The macro isn't working on my end right now. I'm disappeared.
Oh, it's working on my end. So
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Let me refresh. Yeah, he went poof and disappeared. It was a fun magic trick. So what he's gonna do is he is going to fly over towards Gak.
Okay.
And okay, there we go. Here I am. So he's gonna go ahead and go. Wait a minute. Actually, let me double check something here real quick.
I'm gonna put the 15 back on you.
The boots of flying for up to an hour. All at once or something. Oh, so I just automatically have a flying speed, so I don't have to spend an action to activate it. It just happens. Okay, cool.
Dope.
Okay, all right. So I activate it. I'm gonna move here. So I'm just gonna sort of swoop around Basil.
Yep.
And as a bonus action, I only used how much movement there? 15 feet.
10.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and take. Well, actually, I'll move here. There's one that's a bit more of an imminent threat. This is the one that attacked Gak,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
No, sorry. This one right here
Uh-huh.
is attached to Gak, crawling up him right now.
Got it. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. That one's getting right slashed. Okay, he's getting
Yeah.
the slices.
Right slashed. Just fucking slashing
One.
him.
Is that gonna send a 21?
Yep, it hits.
21.
21.
For 11 points of piercing damage.
Okay. As you just stab it.
I will, considering the circumstances, Gak seeming in a vegetative state, I am gonna burn a first level spell slot to Divine Smite, just to get a little bit of extra damage.
A little bit of oomph in it.
A little bit of
A
spicy.
little bit spine.
Okay. Divine Smite, 2d8. Oop. So that's gonna be an extra 8 damage. So 19 total.
It's looking real bad.
Okay.
It's looking real bad.
I swing again. 17 to hit.
Yeah, it hits.
Okay. 15 points of piercing damage.
Yeah, this thing is dead. He's gone.
Nice. Get him out.
Get
that gone out of my face. Get him out.
I just saw your message, so I'm also doing that as well.
Oh, yeah. I don't think it matters too much because I think Kayla just got home.
Oh, dope.
It's a good thing she went last.
Gak.
Yes.
Where did my fucking video go? There it goes. Your score is no longer 0.
Oh, nice. Back up to 6, baby.
Hey, all right,
You are still stunned, so you will miss your next turn. But it seems that the connection with this thing is what kept you in a vegetative state and stunned you. It was going to try to replace your brain, so thank you, Rian, for saving him.
Yes.
Not a problem, Bucko.
As you stabbed it, Rian, and released, you watch the tendrils of spores and fungus start to kind of like the Dark Souls creatures that you would kill, and they would turn into like those tentacle things. You release, and you see that, and you use your blade and slice it in two. You and Gak both need to make Constitution saving throws, as inside seemed to be some sort of fungal accumulation, and as you sliced it and killed it, it released gas into the air.
Gak, you get +4 to that saving throw for being right next to me.
That's a success.
And then mine already has the +4. +11 to my con saves. Let's fucking go.
That's a success.
Nice.
Both of you see that and kind of cover up your nose and mouth. Okay.
Chip.
All
Is that
right.
your turn, Rian?
No, I'm then gonna move forward 5 feet right here, just so I'm I'm within swing distance of these two.
Yeah.
But then also,
Mhm.
I am going to, just because it's better in the long run. I should have done this initially, but it's okay. You know, nothing ventured, nothing gained. I'm going to go ahead and use my bonus action to activate Might of the Okunai. So the wind, and I guess it's, at this point, it's like sharp, like fragments of rock begin to circle around him and expand on his blade. As he channels the strength of his people, doing all the things that it does normally. And just as a heads up for you, John, Rian does have Sentinel, so if either one of the intellect devourers attack Gak or Basil, yeah.
There you go. That's your Might of the Okunai.
Hell yeah, dude.
We
All
have
right.
effects and shit.
I got vortex underneath me. That's dope.
Yeah, dude.
All right.
I'm going to.
But that's it.
Awesome.
I also have Sentinel and Death's Door.
Cool. So next up is Yursa. Oh wait, shit. I fucked that up because I replaced her token. Let's see. 4 was her. Yursa is up.
Okay.
You should be able to move her thing.
Nice. Okay, I did message her and say what I was gonna do, so I think that she said that sounded okay. So
Sweet.
she is gonna move down 5-10 on the rope.
Okay. You are going to take actually you moved through 2 spaces of it. So you're gonna take 6 points of piercing damage from that vine.
Can she ask the plants nicely to not?
She can attempt to, but these are not nice plants to begin with. So
Would that be her
But
action?
she's got thorns.
No,
on
I'm
her body.
I'm joking. You can't ask these
Okay.
points.
All right. All right. So then Kayla will take, not Kayla, Yursa will take 6 minus 6. Okay, so that just came from her temp HP too, so that's not even that bad. But then what she's gonna do is to this little Bucky boy down here. Yursa will cast Thunder Wave at first level.
Ooh, what's the range?
15-foot cube.
Me.
But it's a
I
cube.
think-
It's a cube
happening?
originating from you. Each creature had a 15-foot cube originating from you, so a 15-foot cube is different than like a 15-foot radius. That's 15-foot cube.
Okay.
So yeah,
Cool,
she'll
cool.
just do it there and then try and knock it off the ledge.
Is this thing? What's the save on it?
Strength.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Constitution. Sorry, my bad.
Oh, okay.
I assume since it was like forcing it off, but no.
That's a fail.
Okay, nice. So it takes 2d8 thunder damage. So roll those.
Okay.
8.
Points.
But it is not 10 feet away from her.
Okay, so it's there. It is falling.
Woo!
Dope.
That was her action. Then
Okay.
I think she will. Unless Kaylee, you're here now. I don't want to use a wild shape without her. She said don't. Okay, all right, cool. All right, as a bonus action, she may choose to wild shape, she might not. But I think that's it.
Awesome, awesome. All right, Gideon, you're up.
You're muted, Ryan.
Thank you. Seeing that these things are climbing up pretty quickly and we're quickly getting kind of outnumbered here, Gideon is going to again twin, but a different spell. He's going to twin cast Vortex Warp on this guy right here, and we'll say this guy to the right.
Okay. I've also
I
forgotten.
believe those are So I need 2 con saving throws, one from each of them.
Okay.
18's the DC.
Okay. Sorry, I've forgotten to add. I deleted some because I forgot to add a couple of them. So I was like, fuck it, bye.
Fair enough.
All right. So this one, what's the con save?
Yeah.
16 for this guy.
Fail.
Natural 20, so
Fuck.
31 for this guy.
God damn. Okay. So yeah, this guy is going to get teleported. Let me double check. Yeah, he's going to go right here.
Okay.
Not,
He is
not
also
that one. Not that one. The one on the rock in front of Umbra and Gideon.
Oh, this one.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. He's gonna go here. Nice. Yep. So that one's falling. So Gideon, you just look down at this one and cast Vortex Warp. You send it over into the abyss, and you just watch it, like Wile E. Coyote, just start falling.
All right, and then Gideon is going to move here, where he can get some footing, some landing, I assume.
Okay, and I believe that is.
And to like
Go ahead.
reattach the rope, is that like going to be an action to like kind of like reposition yourself and stuff?
Yep.
Okay. Then he's going to hold off on that for now.
Awesome.
That will just be it.
Awesome. So it is the one that is falling's turn. It falls.
Splat.
I don't think I can roll low enough for it not to die. So this one hits what looks to be actually. I'm gonna roll something.
If it
Uh,
the other one.
So this thing that it's on looks like a piece of fungus that is protruding from the rock, from the background. So it's not a rock, right? And this thing's falling pretty fast. It's gonna probably hit this one. It's not gonna hit this one. This one's actually gonna move to the side. But I'm gonna roll another thing. Yeah. So on top of taking the damage that would kill this, it hits this piece of fungus and blows a hole right through it. You see spores pop up. This one does die. Dead. And here, there's now. Okay, I can't draw. A hole. Can't go there. Or you can, but. So that is that one's turn. Okay, this one is going to run down here, jump here, and it is going to run up to you, Gideon, and you need to make an intelligence saving throw.
Where did that one come from? Sorry?
Right here.
Right here.
Oh, yeah. Forgot these things can jump.
Mm-hmm.
Intelligence saving throw, you said?
Mm-hmm.
God, does a 22 beat it?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
So as it starts to try to make this psionic link with your mind to try to stun you, you just look down at it. You feel it peering into your mind.
Stop that.
Yeah, exactly. Stop that. And it just, if this creature could look sad, it does. So, all right, Enid, you're up.
Yeah, seeing that it did that, sneak attack on the bitch.
Yeah.
Wahaha. Does a 24 hit?
Yes.
Okay.
Just barely though.
Okay.
Honestly.
Is it still? It has more than 22 hit points, right?
Sorry, my mouse stopped working. I can't see
okay.
what's happening. 22 hit points? No.
Okay.
You throw the dagger and it actually hits directly into the center with enough force that it looks like it kills the thing.
Nice. Okay. My second attack. Now, because I'm not exactly sure. I only get. If this is also within 5 feet of people, do I get sneak attack on this brain too?
I think you only get sneak attack once per turn. So
That's
no.
what I thought. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
That would be really busted.
I mean, I was hoping it was. So
Maybe
Okay.
maybe later in the campaign.
Ooh, sounds good. All right, so she will do her second attack and probably her bonus action attack too, on that brain. So
Okay. I'm
um,
still here. They're walking outside, so
no problem. Does a
Sure.
12 hit?
just hits.
Okay. And that'll be the damage for the first one, and then well, this one probably misses. A 10, yeah.
That does miss.
Okay, so just a little extra damage. So 6 damage on the brain right by Basil.
Okay. Oh, I totally forgot to mention this, Gideon. You need to make a Constitution saving throw, as that brain was the intellect devour was right next to you when it died, and it exploded in spores and shit. You're good.
And then Enid will continue to come down here.
Okay. You are also on 35 feet. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. What a combat encounter.
And that's it for me.
Cool. Gak, it is your turn. However, you are stunned. So it is now Basil's turn, but you are no longer stunned.
Okay. So these things don't like sunlight, right?
It doesn't seem like it would do anything to them.
Okay.
They don't have eyeballs.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is how it works. Is it possible to put Spirit Gardens not on me, but on somebody else?
It is a self spell. I'm almost positive.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, reworking some stuff. So where's Gak? Okay. Well, I had 2 plans and now I'm planless. I'm sorry.
You're totally fine. Take your time.
Okay.
You have one of these right next to you, and then there's one next to Rian.
Yeah.
You do have a new mace.
I do. Okay. We're gonna try that.
All right.
Basil is gonna whip out her mace. She's gonna look over to Rian and just go. She's gonna take the mace and just like baseball it over.
Awesome. Go ahead and make an attack with the mace.
Okay. Let's see.
That hits. Roll
Yay!
damage. Seven points of bludgeoning damage. Is that with your +2? Yep.
Yeah.
7 points. It doesn't move. You see that it is clawed into the rock face. But Rian, you look over and you see Basil take out the flail and hit the side of this thing. You see the brain concave on one side as the mist from the flail leaves behind. It is still there, but it is injured from that hit.
Basil's gonna like suck it out of
Yeah,
the
it
brain
makes a
and look over
horrible,
to Rian.
horrible
Did
like.
it!
Rian will nod. I'm proud of you. Good job. Keep doing that.
As he's flying around with his flying boots. All right, is that your turn?
Yes, because I don't do melee, so that's like considered like a spell slot.
Mm-mm.
Nope.
It's considered an action, but not a spell slot.
Yeah, it's an action.
I mean, sorry, no, like I wouldn't mark off a spell slot. So like instead of using a spell slot, I'd use the action.
Yep. Yes.
Just then, so.
It's okay.
I think that is it.
Cool. All right. It is now the intellect devourer that was underneath you, that you smacked with your flail. Basil, make an intelligence saving throw.
Too big brain for you, baby.
Yeah. No.
She also gets +4 to that. So
Okay. Well,
just being near me, you feel.
dude, this intellect devourer looks over, and Basil's like mega mind. It doesn't know what to do. Yeah, that's it. You know, these things aren't that scary until that actually works. So you know, it's this one's turn. Oh wait, this one's falling. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet. Okay, so I believe that is a d6 per 10 feet. Initial impact. Wow. It takes exactly the amount of damage that it has hit points. 13 hit points.
Hell yeah.
Amazing.
It just splats onto this rock right here. It doesn't move, it just stays there. You can see the tendrils of the fungus inside kind of like lashing out, but it can't move without its host, so it's just there. Dead. Gone. Deceased. Okay. It is now... I'm not gonna lie, something happened. Whatever. My turn order is all kinds of screwy. Okay, this one's going to move up here. That's its turn. Okay, well this one. This one's just dead. It doesn't matter that it's uninjured. It's literally falling forever.
Yep.
I'm just gonna roll damage. It went how many feet just now? 60. So 66 of damage. That is impossible.
Was it the exact amount again?
Yes, it was. I rolled 21
Oh
damage.
my God.
Holy shit! This
That's funny.
is the dumbest encounter I've ever run. So this one's dead.
Vortex Warp is the greatest spell that I've never used, and now I'm mad I've never played with it before.
All right, this one's gonna move here. It's going to jump, move here. You know what? This one's gonna take 2 claw attacks against you, Gideon.
Oh, all right.
Natural 20 on one of them.
Silvery barbs, baby.
Well, I guess not. What does that do? It makes me reroll.
You re-roll, take the lower one.
I'm not even fucking joking.
Are you fucking
Another
kidding me?
nat-
I'm not
God.
even joking. Natural 20.
Okay.
Oh my god. So you
Damn.
take 14 points of slashing damage. The other one was so 12 plus 4, 16 to hit.
That hits.
So 7 points of slashing damage. Okay, that's its turn. Rian, you're up.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and take one swipe at the one right next to Basil, with the sword.
This one?
Yeah, that one right there. That's a 22 to hit,
Yep, you know, it hits.
and that'll be 11 plus. That's not it. That'll be
Okay, well,
11
You
plus.
can roll damage if you want, but it's dead.
Then plus 6 from the might of the Okunai.
Yeah.
17. All right.
Right.
Then Rian will turn his attention to the one right in front of
Oh,
Gak.
hold on. Both of you need to make Constitution saving throws as
Remember,
it explodes.
you've got +4 to the saving throw, Basil.
Let's say.
Oh, do I not need to roll? I thought that was mine.
It's within 5 feet.
What saving roll again?
Constitution.
So then Basil
need to
doesn't
roll?
have to.
Yeah.
What do you
It
mean?
don't
Only within-
matter
It's within
because
5
I'm
feet.
too
It was right here.
brained.
Oh, so that one.
Oh.
Okay.
Boom.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Boom. 24. Good
Boom.
job.
No disease. Awesome. All right, you turn to the one underneath Gak.
And a swang.
All right, he's flying.
28.
Yeah, that hits.
And then 13, but then also
Out of the Akunai.
13 plus 4, so 17.
Just still alive, but just
It is
barely.
okay. Rian bonus action is going to, even though he's in melee range, it's way cooler if he takes the fucking dagger dart and does one
Okay,
of
yeah.
those.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? A little puta. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. 17 to hit.
Yeah.
And then 7 points of damage.
This one also dies and explodes. I need you and Gak to roll Constitution.
Jack,
saving
remember you
throws.
get plus 4 to your saving throw.
Yes, I rolled a con earlier, so 12.
And 20.
You just barely succeed, Gak.
Good job, Gak. All right.
All right.
Rian, like a superhero, flying next to you guys is gonna salute, and then he's gonna sail down
Oh my god.
30 feet here.
You didn't detach yourself from the rope, right?
No, I guess
thought
not.
you said let go at least.
Well, I did. Well, I guess if we would have had them tied around ourselves, that
You would have
probably
had
make the
them
most
tied.
sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Then that way, then Rian can go back up and save the rope. It's a great idea.
There you go.
Look
You
at
know.
that.
Yursa, you're up.
Hi, I don't know what's happening, but I'm gonna pretend. Woo! Joe, look at the question I sent you.
Yes. I don't think so, because we're trying to go down the hole.
I know, but then the thingies will fly up the hole.
Yeah, hole.
Is this a question you should ask your DM or?
Yeah. Well, I was asking Joe because I didn't know what everybody was at. It was the bigger thing. I was gonna reverse gravity, but I didn't know if that was a good idea. Like, I was like, is everybody tied down to something? But I feel like that's not a good idea. Anyway.
We're on 100 feet of rope.
Oh, okay.
We all go flying 100 feet into the air
And then
above
we'd be
the
on the-
hole.
Yeah, but then the doodads would go and they'll be like, ah, and then they hit the ceiling, and then we all are. Okay, never mind. I'll do something else. Sorry. I was just trying to think outside the box.
No, it's great. I love it.
Outside the bun. Am I on something or am I on a rope?
Yeah. So okay. So let me
Sorry.
No, totally fine. So the white lines are the rope. Each one of you have 100 feet total. That's what the numbers are above everyone's head.
Okay, so we're
Um,
dangling?
Yeah. So these rocks that are jutting out, you're standing on a rock right now.
Okay.
So anybody who's not standing on anything right now is yes, dangling from a rope.
Okay.
The thing that you are on right now is also like these tendrily vines with thorns that cause you damage as you move through them. This is just background, so this is just emptiness, and then
Void?
these are the walls. So yeah, you just move downward. You have 100 feet of rope. It is an action to replace the rope.
Okay. And these thingies are on rocks as well.
Yeah, they are jumping all over the place, getting to you guys.
Alright. Rude. Okay.
Pretty rude.
Okay, so sorry.
They've only been rude to one person.
Oh, lovely.
Sorry, Gak.
Otherwise, they've been peachy.
Everything down here is your kryptonite. I'm just letting you know.
Mm-hmm.
I have some nutso potatoes things, but it's very
We need to
dangerous to
get
do in this space.
Gak a hat.
I will. Just like a helm. Get him a metal helm.
Or you're gonna say
A
that if
tinfoil hat.
they don't like get into his brain.
Yeah.
They can
I
fuck
was-
with it, but they can't get in.
They
I was
definitely do
gonna-
it physically.
I was gonna say,
Yeah, not
Kayla, one thing
magically.
that that we've had a lot of luck with is knocking them off. That's
Okay,
why I used
Yeah.
Thunderwave initially, because then they fall and they just end up dying when they
Oh,
hit the
lovely.
bottom of the.
Okay, yeah. But that comes from me, so that it needs to be close to me in order for me to be able to do
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, Kayla, what do you have that is not, and that is your range? I'm sorry, I'm taking a lot of time. Okay.
No, you're
blah, blah, blah,
totally
blah.
fine.
You're okay.
Fountain of
You
Churned
just got
Earth.
here.
A 20 cube. Baba dooba da. What's my range on? Okay. Okay.
Okay.
If ground
Yeah.
becomes difficult terrain, but it's not ground, it's wall, do they get knocked off? And I get up again. What if I cast Erupting Earth?
Yeah, I mean, if you cast Erupting Earth on one of the rocks that is jutting out of the wall, it would just
Kind of
turn to
collapse,
pebbles,
right?
wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool
Yeah.
beans, cool beans. Okay, this one's really close to my friends. I should take care of that. Get that bitch out of here.
Okay.
Okay. On this boy. Oh wait, no, hold on. That rock's really close to my friends. They need that rock. Let's go
We
this
are
one.
on the rock.
Well, we're
They're
still
also
rope,
tied
so
to the
rock
rope.
sides, I don't really
You
care.
guys are
I
so
know.
free falling, but
But yeah, that's safety. Okay, this guy right over here. This bitch right here. That one.
okay.
Man, this guy, this poor guy's getting targeted so hard.
Okay.
If you're casting Erupting Earth, I'm not gonna make any saving throws or anything. You're literally turning this rock into pebbles, so it's just gonna turn into it's just gonna start falling through.
Cast this using the spell slot.
Yeah.
Blah. Oh shit. Okay, what did I cast that at? Should have been second level.
It causes
you
bludgeoning damage.
Yeah. You
Oh,
cast it
I
at
didn't
fifth
know that.
level.
Oh no!
Yeah, I was
didn't
like
think.
5d12.
Sorry, no, that's not a level. That's nuts and potatoes.
Like Jesus.
What the
Yours
fuck?
really
Caleb?
wants to kill this fucking thing.
I'm all over the place, guys. I'm so sorry.
No, don't
Look, this
apologize.
combat encounter's all over the place. Don't worry about it.
It is.
Can I not? Okay.
I think it starts at second level, right?
It actually starts at third. I apologize.
So 3d12.
That's
Yes.
still a
Let
lot.
me do that again.
You could still roll
Jesus.
36.
Okay, there you go.
Well,
Okay. Well, it takes 16 points initially, but then I enjoy this encounter right now just because of how stupid everything is.
Exploding rock.
It starts to fall.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I love seeing these small, like, challenge rating creatures just get
like-
thrown off the sides and just falling.
To imagine, like, Ursa just like clamps, sure, clamps
Yeah.
her staff to this little vine here, and just this little vine just travels all along the wall like a little snake, and then eventually it gets over here, and it just makes the whole wall just crumble.
Yeah. Yeah, there's this vine that travels down and then turns into hundreds of vines as it wraps around this rock and just crushes it all in
Oh,
one
yeah.
go as it just, it starts falling. Is that your turn, Hirsa?
Yes, Jesus Christ, I'm so sorry. I'm locked in now. I'm here. I think.
Okay,
It's
okay.
my turn.
John, what happens to this tendrily spiky thing that's attached to the rock that's no longer there?
Good question.
I didn't expect someone to turn the rock into pebbles.
My bad.
This thing just dangles. Actually, you know what?
Does it
It'll-
jingle jangle?
It dangles and hits this thing. It like falls and smacks into this rock and stops.
I'm really glad that your D&D games have game physics. The physics engines are
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah. If there's anything I'm good at in D&D as a DM is putting physics in my game. We're running
the
an Unreal
inertia
Engine
of the
5.
magic missile.
I'm having a great time.
I really love realism in my D&D games. Gideon, you're up.
It's just the one left that's right in front of us, right? No, there's one
I
over
love
here.
realism in my D&D
Yeah, this
games.
one too.
I really love them.
That was a good callback,
Um,
John.
Yeah.
Just to make sure we can kill this one.
Just push it off.
Yeah.
Get the fuck
Get
out
up
of my face and just
and
kick
set
it.
it down.
Just
Ian's
pick it
gonna-
up and drop it.
Reach down and apply some shock therapy with Shocking Grasp.
Mm.
It reminds me of Battletoads.
16.
That hits. Yeah. Yeah.
Right, 6 points of damage.
Okay.
And then, as part of Shocking Grasp, it can't take reactions till the start of its next turn.
Okay. Yeah.
So, yeah, Gideon's just gonna move. Yeah, he's just gonna move down there. Because it can't attack of opportunity him.
Okay. So we're down here. 65 feet. The old rope. Awesome. Is that your turn?
Yep.
Enid, you're up.
Yeah. So since I can, because so with the 2-weapon fighting, I can like bonus action attack. But is that only if my action is to attack?
Attack. Yeah.
Moo. Okay. That's
Boo.
fine. I will sneak attack it. Oh wait. It's not within 5 feet of an ally anymore. Gideon? Oh wait, is it technically
Sorry.
with Rian?
No.
Technically? No. Gideon.
I forgot about that, sorry.
Fine. Well, I could still get moving. I just wanted to kill it.
Is
But you kinda
it
started.
5 feet or melee? Because it
I
is
think
within
it's-
melee range of Rian, but
I'm pretty sure it'd be in 5 feet. I don't think it has to do with your melee. It'd have to do with like the attention is
yeah,
on
got it.
something else,
Okay.
so that's why it counts as like a surprise or a sneak.
Maybe it's melee?
Yeah, which is still probably 5 feet.
You don't need advantage on the attack roll if another enemy of the target is within 5 feet.
Within
Yeah.
5. Okay, all right, cool.
Yeah. I could. You know what? I'm gonna do something ridiculous. I'm gonna bonus action hide and then sneak attack this.
Okay.
Where you cannot hide, draw a rock.
So
She's gonna drop flat.
I will say this now.
Uh-huh.
This thing has no eyes and is able to detect intelligence.
Yeah.
So unless you can hide your brain,
Turn it off.
yeah,
it's okay.
you can't. It also look. I'll be honest. It has blind sight, so you can't really hide from these things.
Okay, no problem. We'll just attack it.
Okay. Cool.
We'll just do the 3 attacks. It'll all
I
be
don't-
wonderful.
This is such a minute combat to what's going on with everything else that I don't want you to hide and then it go around to your turn and go, all right, I attack, and then I go, oh,
Well,
sorry,
I
it
could
can see you.
I could still shove it off, right? Like that
Yeah,
I could
shove is an action you can take.
I would like to shove it off.
Okay.
So that
Contested
it doesn't
strength throw.
Okay.
Okay.
9. So it'd be a strength saving throw or just a strength
Strength check. Strength check.
Okay.
It made it rolled a 9.
Okay, well I rolled 11. Great.
Good enough. So
Kick. I want to kick
Okay.
it.
you just kind of football punt it.
Yeah.
Okay. Your strength wasn't that high that you would have kicked it across the cavern.
I will say if we could do it instead of like I'm pointing at my screen. Instead of it going in the direction of Rian and Gideon, like could it go in the direction if we're thinking 3D, like this direction, like into the vines?
Yep.
Okay.
We're in Unreal Engine 5, guys. Yeah, there's physics here. So
Oh,
you
yeah.
kick it, it tries to grab
Thank you,
on, but
Fortnite.
it doesn't have any mats, so it can't actually build as it's falling. So as you kick it, it does start to head towards the vines and piercing that would be here. But it is free falling right now.
Okay, cool. And then I guess I'll get moving. I was gonna readjust but I guess we can do it down here. So, if she were to go like straight down, or would it be better if she just went around? I don't know. We can maybe make it around here. Because we have to re-secure ourselves again, right? In order to...
At 100 feet, yeah.
Yeah. Or she could just re-secure herself next round.
I'll be honest. I think Gak's about to finish the combat encounter.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'll just wait and resecure myself next
Okay,
round.
cool.
That's what we'll do.
Gak, it is your turn. You are no longer stunned, and your intelligence is no longer 0.
Pass.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding.
Basil.
I'm kidding.
I would like to not do that.
I'm gonna try to do a bonus action telekinetic shove again
Okay.
on DC.
Nice.
It's strength.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought you just
16.
said basil.
It's 16.
Yeah. You were so happy.
I rolled
Aw.
a 17,
Oh.
but it has a -2.
Yeah.
Womp womp.
Yeah, it does. Mm.
Oh man.
So it gets shoved down. Yeah.
This one starts to fall. It's actually because physics are a thing. It's
Well, I'm gonna.
it's going to go straight through the hole.
Oh my god.
good.
Down the
'cause
same hole as the last one.
I was
So
gonna
funny.
say, it is 5 feet away from me, so it technically wouldn't go to the side. It'd go like down, but like it's a little bit to the side, so it'd go a little bit over. You know what I'm saying? If we're talking
Yeah,
physics,
yeah.
so I think it would go through the hole. Correct.
So with that, you shove this one off. Combat is over. I apologize. But that's okay, because now we can get into the other stuff. So as Gak, you shove this one
Mysterious
off.
Stuff.
This one starts to fall. Oh wait, not this one. Oh. Let's just use this one. Okay, so as this last one is shoved off, it hits the rocks down and further down. You hear the splatting of each of these creatures as you've shoved them off, you've kicked them off. You all continue to descend down. Rian, you're still flying for the next hour, correct?
I mean, as soon as I land,
turn 'em off.
I can turn it off. Yeah, but I just
Okay.
need to keep track of that, so that way I know like how much time I've used up.
Okay. I'll say you've used up a minute. It's
Oh.
everything is six seconds in combat, and
Okay.
So you continue further down. However, you do start to hear what sounds like these kind of creatures crawling up the walls, and it doesn't sound like just a few. It sounds like close to hundreds. As you hear this, these slapping noises across the wall, and this kind of clawing noises on the sides. As you descend down into the center, I would assume as you continue down, you see, Rian, you'd be the first one to see it. These creatures continue up the walls towards you all. This next part is going to be a skill challenge, as these things are going to start leaping from the walls as you are in the center, descending down towards all of you. So first one is going to leap at Rian because you would be in the front.
Cool.
Rian, what do you do as it looks like 5 intellect devourers leap off the wall towards you?
Yeah. So I think what I would do is, if we are using kind of lighter skill challenge rules, I think as those 5 jump at me,
Mhm.
since he has the boots of flying, I think there would be kind of this like twist to kind of contort and move his body in a way where he's physically interacting with the least amount of them, and then the other ones that are coming directly for him, he's going to cast Shield of Faith on himself to further boost his AC, and hope that the radiant magic that covers him in that moment will deflect some of them.
Okay, so as you do that, they start to deflect off of this Shield of Faith. You start to cut some of them down, as it is like I don't remember which movie it is, but this zombie horde coming at you as they start to just I think it's DayZ as they're coming up the wall and they're falling down on they're falling down on top of each other. This is kind of what you're seeing as these things are leaping from the walls at you and they are falling down. You can see that it opens up into a cavernous space beneath you. These green and purple very, very far away lights from whatever structures are beneath you, they start to fall from the sky. Rian, as you push some off, we'll go to I think Gideon. Some start to jump at you. What do you do to deflect them and get them away from you?
One thing I would like to say is that if Rian is near anybody, of course there's the paladin aura helping them with saving throws, but if any of them try to attack any of his allies, since Rian's attack range is 15 feet, he will be using Sentinel to try and cut some of them away before they get to him.
Okay. Yep. Easily enough to do. Gideon.
Gideon, seeing that they're climbing, he's going to cast Melf's Minute Meteors. And basically, as they're climbing, because I mean, like we've seen, like kind of what their capabilities are of like how far high up they can jump and stuff. So I think he's kind of seeing to like, okay, where are they to where like they're probably going to start jumping at us. And as he summons these 6 meteors, he's just kind of blasting them at the ones that are climbing up towards that top to just instantly smash them or knock them off. Yeah.
Yeah. So these small meteors, you actually, as you cast the spell, you detach some of the rocks and pebbles from the wall itself as they start to circle around you, and you start to throw them at these creatures, breaking pieces of the rock beneath them and also hitting clumps of them as clumps start to fall off the walls. And those that jump at you, you also hit with these minute meteors as they kind of fall as well. This cluster of these brains just jumping off the side of a wall and then just falling into abyss. I will say, Enid, you are probably up next.
Yeah, I think besides just like the obvious, like if she can sneak attack any that are, you know, near her allies, she would get those off and attack any of them that are near her. But like when they start to like pile on for like attacks, she would use her gosh, I don't even know what it's called, but the feature where she turns incorporeal with the tattoo, so that they like just phase right through her instead of actually hitting her.
Okay. I will say, because this is a skill challenge, there's a little bit of a caveat to turning ethereal, or whatever it is.
I mean, it only lasts 6 seconds too, so it only help for.
You're attached to a rope, which would then just fall through you. Yeah. However, I will say this: because you are skilled enough and you've used this probably many times, you climb up the rope a little bit. And as these things jump at you, throwing your psionic daggers at them, killing some of them. You see a cluster jump at you as you turn incorporeal. They go through your body, hit a cluster on the side of the wall. Those fall down. And as you start to fall, before you lose grip on the rope, you turn back to corporealness and grab the rope at the very end.
That's so cool.
That is what you are doing, Yrsa.
Yrsa's gonna do 2 things. She's going to, as her action, I know we're kind of out of it, but go with me on that. She will. I can't touch you, Gideon, I don't think, so I'll have to do healing word. Is that okay?
Well, we can just do that later, Kayla.
Oh, okay, cool.
I wouldn't worry about it right now.
Well then, Yrsa's going to kind of, as she's gliding down, she's just gonna fucking like cast Thorn Whip, and just with one hand, just this really long vine covered in thorns, just start Indiana Jones smacking these things around there. It's like doing little helicopters above her head.
Awesome. Yeah, so again, just using Thorn Whip to start to take out many of the ones climbing up the walls, any that would jump towards Gideon, who's beneath you, as well as Enid. Rian's a little bit too far away, but you are smacking these things away midair. Again, these cluster of brains, these intellect devourers, just falling from the sky inside of this massive hole that you are descending down. Basil.
Nick, are you gonna have Gak go down your next turn?
We're all going down.
Yeah, everyone's descending downwards. It's just kind of a skill challenge.
Okay. So I guess.
So the map we don't have to worry about, I don't think.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about the
okay. So as Basil's going down, she's just going to be casting Sacred Flame. Think like very Iron Man, where you just
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All
and
right.
just like instead of rubbing both of her hands because she's gliding down, she's just
It's kind of like snapping and doing
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you start casting Sacred Flame over and over and over again, blasting some of these off the wall. The ones that you cast Sacred Flame on that fall are these little balls of fire, of radiant flame as they fall through the sky. You would actually start to see, because of these flaming brains that are making their way down, Rian, you would see first a massive city beneath you, just ever so faintly from the light that is glowing off these brains as they kind of fall hundreds of feet down. Gak.
Yeah, Gak is just gonna be, I think, bonus action, just shoving them away as they come at him.
Okay.
And just every time they come near, he's like, "No, stop, stop."
Okay. Gak, some of them start to actually latch onto you and start climbing up, but you kind of just grab them. They are brain size, so they're not, they're not very strong either. You just start grabbing them and throwing them as they're climbing up you. It's not the best experience
No.
because some do start to climb up your body towards your head, and you just start throwing them off. But eventually, you all continue downward and downward and downward, doing this for the next what seems like 5 minutes. These things jumping out at you, hundreds of these fungal infested brain creatures. Eventually, you get to a large opening, and you see beneath you this vast cavern. You can see the stalactites on the top are glistening from these bioluminescent mushrooms and fungi and moss that are on the top of this cavern domed place. As you continue downward and downward, you are eventually dangling outside of this hole, just in the center, hundreds and hundreds of feet up. But you are at a point where these brain creatures have stopped leaping out at you because you are so far away from all of them. But you are just dangling in midair, attached to these ropes. As all of your ropes stop, you haven't had time to replace them as these brain creatures have been going after you. You have reached the maximum length of your rope, and you look down. And you see a city. You see structures that somewhat look familiar to things you've seen on the surface, but so alien at the same time. Hold on. You see these angular, almost elven-looking structures, but look to be made of this dark steel and dark rock. This amalgamation of buildings upon buildings. But also you see from what seems to be 600 feet you are in the air above this city. You see these tendrils wrapping around all of these buildings, this fungi infestation of this city itself. You see something that looks along the lines of this.
Ugh.
Oh.
Ye-
I would like... Actually, no, I can't. You wouldn't be able to know what this is. All of you are suspended midair by your ropes above the city, about 600 feet. It's hard to see what is on the surface because there's this dull green fog illuminated by underneath this purple river. So it's this green and purple mist that you see. It's hard to see the streets of this place. You can just see the tops of the buildings. How do you guys get down from here?
You said we're at the end of our 100-foot rope, and we're 600 feet above the city.
Correct. And there's no walls around you. You guys are basically like here, just in the middle of openness.
And yours, what is
That's
the range?
not suspicious.
That's not gonna be enough. Never mind.
Gak does have an idea.
Please.
Just a question from the last and first time that he cast this spell. How big is Big B's hand?
I know that one person can be like held in the hand, so big enough to hold one person.
Okay. Is there anything within, like, is there a ledge or something within 120 feet of us?
Nope.
Okay.
It is a domed ceiling of just nothing's up top, other than stalactites.
I mean,
Rian could probably, using the Boots of Flying, he could probably carry one person down. But that's just him and one other person.
Ursa
That's
can
3
turn into a
people.
sprite and float down. But that doesn't help anybody else either.
Do we
Can,
see where we're
4
trying to
people.
land?
I mean, yeah, I'll take you to this map.
I polymorph into a
Another
flying
map.
mouse.
Ooh.
So you guys are like in the air
Oh.
around here.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So that's 4 people accounted for. Enid has teleportation abilities, but it's only 60 feet.
I mean, Rian could just make multiple trips too. He has 4 hours of flying, so he could
That's true.
Yeah.
he could taxi.
The only other thing I thought of was if we like take someone down, we could work on getting their rope and like tying it and then scooting down or we could just do trips, which might be faster. So
Yeah, because it's a
Hey, Umbra.
600-foot drop. You said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
I mean, I
Umbra,
think-
Do you think you could just fall and then teleport before you hit the ground?
I could. That is
It's like
not
destiny.
incorrect.
That is an idea.
Ooh, she like hugs the rope a little tighter. She normally has a pretty good poker face, but she might be a little scared.
I mean, for teleportation abilities, like, would that stop like terminal velocity, John?
Yeah, there's no physics in my game, so
I mean, Gideon
What
can do
I'm
that too.
hearing is-
Then
yeah.
Gak,
I guess-
did that
You could do
when
that.
we went down the giant wormhole. Gak Misty stepped before he hit the bottom.
there you
It
go.
does sound kind of epic too.
We all
Gideon and
jumped.
Enid just.
I mean, look, your guys are level 9. You got this shit on hand. It's dope. You can do
Alright.
it.
Well then, if
Will it make a
Rian
noise?
wants to take Basil, we can Spider-Man that shit.
Enid and Gideon can fall together and teleport at the same time and look dope.
That's amazing.
That would be
Okay.
really cool. What an entrance.
So you two are teleporting.
Yeah.
Rian's gonna start taxiing people down. Is Yursa turning into a sprite?
Kayla?
Kayla.
The intellect devoured.
They've got to her.
Oh no.
Nick, you just
Theoretically,
muted- oh.
They were. Did you hear them?
No, sorry, I
Theoretically-
was washing a costume. Sorry, I'm back.
Hi.
Sorry, my job never fucking stops. Sorry.
It's all good. It's all good. Are you turning into a sprite? Or are you
Yes.
just allowing to be taxied down?
Oh wait, I'll be taxied down. I'll save that. I'll save that wild shape. This place is scary.
Smart.
Theoretically,
Mhm.
could Bigby's hand catch somebody?
Are you saying from like a 60-foot drop? Yeah, maybe. But like a 600-foot drop at terminal velocity? I mean, Bigsby's hand is physical. Like you can't go
Yeah.
through it. So
know,
it
but,
would
like-
just be like hitting the ground unless like
It
There
went
would
up
be a roll.
120 feet and,
and
like,
then just kind of like
cushioned. If it fell,
that would be a roll,
same
but
speed.
it could happen.
I mean, I think we
now-
have our solutions.
And I will say, I think Bigby's hand could carry more than one person because Bigby's hand has a strength of 26. And
It
your
also
carrying
could be
capacity
Bigby's
is that multiplied by 15.
Oh well, then yeah, okay. I didn't know that.
300, oh, that's only 390 pounds.
that's
I was-
fine. Well, actually, that might not be fine. Wait a second. How much is that?
yeah. Colin.
It can carry 2 people.
Gak is 300 pounds.
Okay, you can
There we
carry
go.
Gat.
It can carry Gat.
Okay, all right.
You can take one of the intellect devourers with you.
That's true.
Just a corpse, just. All right, you're my friend now. You scratch the brain.
Are you using a spell slot to cast Bigsby's hand, or are you just being taxied down?
I can just taxi you down. That one might be a little
300.
hard for Rian. Yeah,
I
he's
think
not very
I
strong.
think I'm also going to jump and Misty Step before I reach
Okay.
the ground.
Okay.
Okay.
What
So
epic entrance.
Man diving squad.
Rian is taxiing down Basil and Yrsa. The 3 of you are teleporting at the very last second.
Well,
you
mine's
know,
in 60 feet, so a little less
Okay.
last second.
So like the Spider-Man games, you know, where you jump off the Empire State Building and try to get as close to the ground as possible. I'm not gonna make
Yeah.
you make any rolls except for stealth checks because these are not silent spells.
Well, mine's a dagger throw, so it's not a spell. So mine's quieter, I think, a little bit.
Okay, make a stealth check with advantage.
Were you mocking
It's-
me, Nick?
No, I was mocking myself, but I was muted.
Okay.
Is
But I
Vortex Warp and Misty Step? Oh, Misty Step is is it verbal?
Yeah. But I
mean,
don't
I'm
have
not-
to be loud about it. I'm not gonna scream.
I'm not doing a vortex warp. I'm doing as an astral elf. Gideon basically has like 4 uses of Misty Step every day.
Okay, so they're verbal. Okay, so I need you two to make stealth checks.
Nice. What I had said when Fel thought I was mocking her was, "How loud is silvery mist?"
Apparently pretty loud, according to Gideon.
Apparently, very loud.
Yep. Well, it's also you're falling, so you're having to say a little bit louder than normal because wind just rushing. You're falling 600 feet. You're skydiving at this point.
Misty Step.
Misty Step. Misty Step. It doesn't work the first 2 times you try to say it.
Fuck.
Is this 30 feet or still 100 feet?
Because there is physics in my
I don't
game.
know numbers.
The wind resistance of trying to place your hands together also to cast.
Meanwhile, like Rian takes Basil and then goes back up and grabs yours, and it's just like.
And then as he's
Like a
driving
little
Basil
elevator.
down, as he's taking Basil down, the 3 of us go like past him.
And also, yeah, there is a slight pop when you cast Mist. There's a so you gather onto the ground of the city.
Gak lays down.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We're not on the map anymore. All right.
Nah, you don't need to be on the map.
Okay.
Fine, I'll bring you to the map. Whatever. So,
Thank you.
I'll say you're around here.
Okay.
As you get on the ground level, you look around, the structures around you, again, they look like they were very well built. Like this city, even though alien in nature, looks like something that would have been built on the surface. It is very ornate. It is there. The details to this city are very minute and well placed. The buildings around are domed in some areas, but angular in some. It's made of these dark steel and stone. However, there is fungus and moss and tendrils that have crept around every single structure. There is a green mist illuminated by purple from the river that is in the distance around you. And it is also not silent in this city, as you hear the clicking of these creatures walking around. Some of it sounds like creatures that would have vocal cords, like all of you do, but some of it sounds like hardened beaks kind of clicking together. You also hear the slimy slushing of these footsteps around the area. However, with the 3 and 5 stealth check that Gideon and Gak made, as you misty step onto the ground, Gak, your foot lands on this tendril that is on the ground. As you hit it, there is a puff of fungus and smoke. Gideon, you see that and kind of step back, and as you step back, you step onto a loose stone that then starts to crack and break. You hear that clicking start to rapidly make its way towards all of you. What do you do?
Great question.
So does this... Sorry, I know we're getting ready to probably run quietly. Does this place look like it's abandoned? Or, like, do people still live here?
From what you see right now, it looks like anything that lived here is not actively living here of their own accord.
Okay.
It looks pretty abandoned.
Is there any nearby buildings that we could quickly duck into?
Oh
No.
yeah, there's buildings all over the place.
I mean, yeah, Ursa would look at everybody kind of semi-panic and just, like, I guess quietly pick a building that's nearby and, like, maybe we should duck inside.
Gak is gonna cast Minor Illusion of the sound of a bunch of footsteps running away in the other direction.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead and make a persuasion check with advantage with your illusion.
Okay. 19.
Okay. So, just so you guys can get a better visual of like the structures and stuff that you're looking at, you're kind of looking at something like this, but it is completely covered in fungus and moss and dilapidated and ruined. You duck into a nearby building. It's not hard to do. You find a building where the door is not closed shut from fungus and branches of these creatures, of whatever is accumulated around here. As you duck inside, you kind of look out of these ever so slightly stained glass windows inside. All of you kind of taking, kind of almost holding your breath for a second. Walking around the corner, you see one of these creatures, individuals.
I'm trying... Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Oh,
What's
okay.
up?
I have a thing. I just have a thing that I've been trying
Okay.
to look for it. Psionic Whispers. I'm trying to see what number of people, but we can all telepathically talk to each other, and it might be all the members of the party. I just can't see what number of people. I don't know why. Whenever I'm looking for something else, I always find this, but I never find it when I need it. There it is! Up to 4 creatures, so not everybody. As an action, choose up to 4 creatures you can see. for a number of hours. Okay, so I'll roll a d8, and then we can all speak telepathically. Does anyone have an ability? Gak, can you speak telepathically already with people?
No, can to chip.
Hand to chip. What about you, Gideon? Anyone have the ability to already do that?
No, I don't think
No.
I do.
Okay, I feel bad leaving somebody out.
Okay, you can
We
leave
have
Rian
2
out.
people.
Yeah.
Oh, is
Or
it
it's
2
you.
people?
Is it you with 4 creatures?
It says up to 4 people.
Yeah, there's 6 of us.
Yeah.
Once per turn. I lost it again. Why did I do that?
Well, I think Gak should be one of them.
Choose up to 4 creatures you can see. So I guess that would include me, yeah. So we'll do Gak.
If it says choose up to 4 creatures that you can see, then I don't think that would include you. I think it's you and 4 creatures.
John, what call? Does that
'Cause you wouldn't
include
see
me or not?
yourself, right?
That's true.
Yeah, because does it say that it gives you it gives them the ability to communicate with you telepathically?
Yes. Oh, it does. For a
Okay.
number of hours equal to the number rolled, the chosen creatures can speak telepathically with you, and you can speak telepathically with them as long as you're within 1 mile. You and the creature do need to speak a common language.
So it's
they
you
can't
up to
talk
4.
to each other.
Oh,
Yeah.
so do the 5 of you and leave Rian out. He's quiet enough. He can just follow along.
Okay.
So we
All
can
right.
all talk to Umbra, but we can't talk to each other.
Right.
Umbra can relay.
Yeah. For. Let's see how many hours. 1 whole hour. Woo! That's okay.
It's gonna be quick in and out, you guys.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
You
really
think?
Super quick.
Yeah.
Only an hour. Okay, she will explain that to everybody through their brains, but then just go to Rian.
Okay. So, Gak, as you cast that spell to persuade these whatever is coming around this corner, you look out the window in this dark, abandoned house of whatever used to live here before. Dusty, filled with cobwebs, filled with fungus and moss and nature inside of here, but nature that wouldn't be above ground. Again, everything here is alien. Walking around the corner, you see a humanoid-looking creature who looks to have dark armor on, over top of dark clothing. Their skin looks grayish purple in nature, with this long, straggly, and stringy white hair behind them. Their face is covered in fungus protruding from the forehead and cheekbones and eyes. One of the eyes is bright blue, while the other one is dull black. You see something that looks like this as it walks around the corner looking in directions, hears what Gak did, and starts to drag itself in that direction quickly. You see a couple of them follow suit in that direction.
And what direction did that sound come from? Or are
I'll
they
say
heading
that
towards?
I'll say that they head towards this way.
Okay. Would we be able to see that there is an exit from the city in this direction? Are we close enough to see that?
Yeah, you would see that. I will say also, when you were heading down, you did see a large, like, temple-like structure. The building was much larger and taller than anything else. It was also had no roof to it, which would be this building.
Okay, telepathically, she'll say, we have to be quick, but should we head out of the city or to this temple?
Temple's probably worth checking out, but this is certainly a lot more than I think we were prepared to face. Do people still want to pursue this?
And she
Just
will
asking.
relay what Gideon said to everybody else who could speak telepathically.
As Gideon was saying that, Gak was going, around the corner there was this really creepy guy, if half his face was off, and it was horrible. It looked
Yes,
terrible.
yeah, we all saw. She's used to dealing with Moon, though, so I think she can juggle it. She'll got Moon saying something in the back of her head while you.
Basil's just kind of she's looking around and she sees that one thing, and she looks at everybody else and just has a.
All right, like she will like tap Rian on the shoulder and be like, point to the temple or point out to the city, and shrug.
He'll point to the temple.
All right, she'll say, let's head to the temple, and then let's
Cool.
start to lead sneakily to the temple.
Let's go.
Okay. So, you open the door. You see the last of these creatures walk down the street. Yep.
Hey, John.
Yeah.
Question: has this place always existed underneath my house, but then just decided to come up?
It looks like
We
the
have
city's
no
been
idea,
here
do we?
for. I mean, just a quick glance, it looks like the city's been here for a while.
Jesus Christ. So I've just been living on top of these people.
I mean,
Yeah.
how knowledgeable are the people of the Underdark in your world? Like, is it like everyone basically kind of knows that the Underdark is underneath them, or is that kind of like the plains where people don't explore it, so they really don't know?
I mean, the Underdark is a known place. People know of it. The extent to what is down here, not very much explored. Most people who
Okay,
explore
but they
the Underdark.
know it's down there.
I thought it was maybe
Yes.
just like Wonderland or something.
Yeah, the Underdark is one of those places in the world that is known. It's known that civilizations may live down there. There are alien-like creatures that may be down there, creatures that have never seen the sun ever. It's basically its own domain, and most people who explore the Underdark usually don't come back. And if they do, they don't explore it very long. When they see stuff like this, they just kind of turn around.
That's fair.
Well,
Why aren't we doing that?
why aren't we? I don't know, but here we go
Because
to the
it's
temple. Boop, boop, ba-doo, doo.
I will say, from the vision you guys got from Lady Gemcloak, this was the city you saw, and the vision specifically showed that artifact, that eyeball in this temple, controlling some sort of large brain that then crept up the walls of this cavern and created the hole that is now there. Okay.
Perfect.
Enid didn't see
Yep.
that. She doesn't know.
Me neither.
Enid's just along for the ride.
Gideon didn't either.
So by create the hole, does that mean we saw it like leave?
No. It basically just decayed the ground.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why when you were coming down, you could see all the fungus and the tendrils in the side. It just looked like the rock and ground that was there just kind of decayed and fell away from whatever is this thing.
Good.
So you continue down. I need everyone to make stealth checks, and those who would wish to make perception checks.
I'll do. My passive perception is what I do.
Holy shit, if you roll a natural 20 on D&D Beyond with the fucking the dragon dice from the D&D movie, he fucking flies on the screen and looks up at you and goes, bah, and then he flies away. That was
Nice.
dope.
Damn, that's a 42, Rianne. Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna
Sneaky.
add my thingy thing. Roll. Okay. So, 19.
Gak's also staying near Rian, so does that mean he gets +4?
That's only the saving throws.
I'll say, yeah, the stealth check as a group seemed like you guys did well, especially with Rianne's 42. Rianne, I'll say you're leading the charge at this point with that roll.
I'm leading. I can't talk to anybody, but I'm fucking going, dude.
Yeah. So you come to an intersection and you kind of look around. You see those zombie-like creatures just walking in the distance, kind of looking around and twitching as they start to walk towards a corner. Looking around as well, you can see drow. You can see these drow that one of which is attached to a building, is just a husk of itself, completely dead. Its chest caved in from where it apparently turned to dust over time and just fell away. You can see multiple drow dead and just consumed by nature and this fungus-like substance on the ground. If you look through the broken glass of the structures around you inside, also looking around, Rian with your Basil with your perception check, Jesus. Some of these drow do not have, like, the top of their head is gone. There is, and inside is nothing. It's just a socket of where a brain used to be.
Gross.
Up in the distance, however, you see some more of those drow. However, amalgamated with them walking around, you see a very different type of creature. It is humanoid, very tall and lanky, its arms almost reaching the ground, wearing robes that are decayed and broken holes within, but you see a sallow octopus-like face, these tentacles that most of them have decayed away, and if they haven't decayed away because of the moisture that has left their body, it's just attached to their side or attached to their chest. That kind of like makes it so they can't even turn their neck. It's just fused inside. Their eyes are bright purple. You see creatures that kind of look like this walking around.
Well, that's awful.
Oh, that's worse. They're not hot.
Agreed.
You hear from these creatures the clicking and the you can see some of them. They have a beak underneath these tentacles that is just kind of clicking together, walking in a direction. Basil, with your 28, however, you see one of these creatures that doesn't look like it's been consumed by fungus. It doesn't look like it's clicking. It looks alive. As it kind of looks around a corner, looking to see if the coast is clear, and walks around one of the sides into a building as it closes the door behind it. It looked sentient, it looked alive, and it did not look like it was consumed by this fungus.
Basil's gonna notice that, and she'll look over to Enid. Enid,
I hear you.
this. Oh, okay. I saw someone. They looked like normal. Like they didn't have any fungus on them. The brain looked like it was still there. They were looking around as if like they aren't supposed to be here either, and they're avoiding everybody else. They went right over there into that building. And she's gonna point over to the building.
I will say, just to clarify, it was a creature with the tentacles on their face. It was an illithid, a mind flayer.
It was a creature with tentacles, but it looked maybe not as evil as the others. He went into that building through that door.
She will take note, relay to everybody else that a mind flare went into that building, and then I guess continue to follow our sneaky sneaks.
Okay.
I wish like we all knew like a sign language so I could look at Rhea and be like,
Tentacle people, that door.
You can just point in the direction you want to go, and Rian will nod, and he will follow.
I mean,
I don't
we
know if
weren't
we're
gonna
going in that
head
direction
there,
anyway.
right? Yeah. Still to the
No.
temple, right?
I
Unless
think-
people
yeah.
want to
Yeah.
I think that's the direction we want to avoid.
All right, then Rian doesn't need to know.
Right.
There you go.
Something to keep an eye out for.
Yeah.
To the
Okay, so-
temple.
Okay. So you guys make your way this way. Make another stealth check.
Stealthy,
You guys get-
stealthy.
Up to here with your stealth checks.
Okay.
Leon, I don't know why I can't roll good stealth today. It's still good, but ooh,
Basil's too preoccupied.
I'm gonna add another thing to it. bolstered knack to help out. Oh, Rian's is very good. Okay.
We'll just say that because Basil's now half blind, she doesn't have as great as night vision as she
Yeah.
did. Just like
mine's
walk
a
around like this.
17 plus 4 now, so hopefully that helps.
Okay. You continue walking through. One of you, Basil, you step on one of those tendrils on the ground. This one does not break away. It seems to be very mushy. As you step on it, you hear underneath your foot what sounds like stepping on jello. You then start to hear that clicking noise stop from where you are. You hear it from down the hall, this road that seems to be leading directly towards all of you. First off, Gak, you would see that these creatures are making their way in your direction. However, Rian, because you are... Actually, who's in the back?
I don't know. Did
Gax
we
in
give
the
an
middle.
order?
I think Enid would be up by Rian to help direct him. She
Gak
it
would
probably
probably
isn't
be-
her.
Gak would probably be right behind them, so he's
We'll say it's Gideon
protected.
Okay. Gideon,
then. Mm-hmm.
you hear in your mind...
This way! Come this way!
And you turn around and you see that illithid creature who's opened a door, kind of gesturing you as these creatures are starting to make their way towards you.
Very quickly, just, Umbra. And then when she kind of looks over, Gideon's just going to point and kind of shrug, just kind of indicating like we're caught in a rock in a bad place, and he's going to start heading that way.
Yeah, she'll redirect everybody, pull on Rian to turn him around, and let's get in, I guess. If it's a horde versus one guy, maybe one guy's better.
Yeah.
You hear that scream once again. You can almost see the pebbles on the ground start to shake as you start to move that way. All of you see this creature standing in the doorway. He looks to be very pale purple skin. His face looks exactly just like a squid. He's wearing this dark black robes with green or with gold trim as he's gesturing towards all of you. You make your way to the house, away from the horde.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. As you get yourself into this abode, you see these creatures barreling down the cobblestone streets in your direction. They start to part and disperse into the various sections. A very big majority of them going to where Basil stepped on that tendril. Yes, this is very Last of Us. It seemed to alert them where you were. As the door shuts, you hear that clicking start again in the background, but you see this mind flayer in front of you as he looks to all of you and says,
Who are you?
all of you hear this in your mind. He's not speaking. And you can respond in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, Rian will respond, and considering he's not a zombie, hopefully nobody will be upset, but Rian's gonna be honest and say,
Yeah.
the infection of this place is spreading to the overworld. We came down here to try and deal with the infection and these creatures.
We're just trying to keep them separate.
You see that the creature looks over all of you. It doesn't blink, just looking. There is no mouth to see as it continues to talk in your mind.
My name is Xerix.
will. You see a creature that looks like this.
Oh,
Oh, he seems so nice.
he actually looks kind of cute for a
Friend shape.
tentacle
I
faced
want his
guy.
jacket.
Yeah, he's good.
He has to die.
Oh god.
It's a damn shame. Gideon's loading a shotgun.
Bummer, dude. Yep. You will be missed by someone, probably.
Yrsa would speak up and say, "Do you know how we could put a stop to all of this? Maybe a source this is coming from?"
Yes. I know the source. The artifact in the temple. That is what started all of this.
She nods.
It has.
She didn't want to say too much because, you know, he looks like one of them. But yeah, so she nods.
Make a. Actually, it's going to make an insight check against you.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Fine.
Yeah, it rolled really well. Insight. 23.
Shit.
It looks to Yrsa, who seems to be a little scared and standoffish, and looks to all of you and says,
I mean you no harm. I'm in no position to attack anyone.
Yeah, no. We get that. Totally believe you. We just want to make sure that we can figure out what's going on and cause as least amount of chaos as possible.
Very well.
For helping us out there. We wouldn't have been safe without you.
The disease has spread to the entire city, to my people, and those who lived before. The artifact that is in the temple. It has taken the Elder Brain hostage. We must free the Elder Brain from its control.
Where's the
And-
Elder Brain supposed to be?
Inside of the temple.
And if we free the Elder Brain, you believe that will stop the infection?
No. I do not believe that it will stop the infection. But it will potentially stop the spread. The Elder Brain is the most important.
Can you get us to the temple safely?
Potentially. I have tried and almost perished many times.
he looks to all of you.
You seem to be capable. We can help one another.
Do you have a plan?
No.
That's okay. We can come up with a plan here. You know the city more than we do. We have a lot of firepower, so I think mixing them together can help.
Real quick, John.
Yeah.
Sorry, I wanted to ask this earlier. When he said, I shouldn't want to interrupt earlier. When he said earlier that he, the only way to stop the spread was to free the Elder Brain. I know this is a long shot, but did it seem like there was some type of like ulterior motive from him for that, or even so, and maybe one step further, does it seem like there is, I guess ulterior motive is the best thing there. Like, does it seem like there may be some intent to deceive and betray? I know that's hard to get from a very technically faced creature, but
Also, the amount of time you've spoken to him, you can make an insight check with disadvantage.
okay.
The conversation has been long.
So that will be just a regular roll then. Because one of his rune carver features, that's just a d20 plus 4. Oh, well, okay.
Yeah. But beside of the fact that you've never seen a creature like this before, and just merely talking to this thing is like, what are we doing, kind of.
Yeah.
You haven't had a long conversation with this thing. It seems that it's hard to read.
Okay, that's fair.
During your attempts to get to the temple, what route seemed most successful? What should we be looking out for on our way there?
It seems that the artifact that is causing the spread of this disease is using the knowledge and ability of our elder brain, which connects to every intellectual being. Staying away from the strands that are inside of the ground is the first priority. Sneaking past these creatures is not difficult. However, the temple is overrun with my kind and those before.
When you say overrun, do you have an estimate on numbers?
125.
Is that like an exact number, or like?
Yes.
I think yes. Gideon relates to this guy. All right.
Is
So
there
let me know
a
if the
way-
voice mod is too much. I can turn it up.
You're,
Oh, keep
we can
it.
hear you.
You're good.
So.
That's
Disgusting. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
uncomfortable, which it should be.
Is there a way to get onto the roof and try to go in that way instead of trying to weave through all of them on the ground?
Zelix turns his head to the side.
I do not have that capability. But that is an option.
If they saw something, do you think they'd pursue, or are they pretty keen to stay where they are?
If the elder brain is in danger, they will come.
I might be able to create a distraction to draw some of them away.
There are other things we need to worry about within the temple. The great elder brain as a servant dragon.
Is the dragon also corrupted?
Yes. It will attempt to deter invaders.
And I assume speaking with it wouldn't do much good.
No.
How close have you ever been able to get to the Elder Brain?
Before the disease and artifact took over, I was one of the high priests. Since then, not very close.
Were all the priests essentially discharged when it took over?
The priests were consumed by the Elder Brain. I narrowly escaped.
I'm sorry you had to go through that.
So our glass thing that we just used, would it be possible for someone to fly in, see where we need to go, and then we can all just go to that place? Is that how that thing works?
Yes, actually.
Would do that.
Do we want to save that for us to get out?
That is also a good point.
We could also maybe do that.
Well, couldn't Yursa just use the staff? I don't know how many charges the staff has, though.
Since we last used it.
Yeah.
But you
I would have to-
you get charges every day, right? So wouldn't it be back up
Yes.
to full by now?
I have to roll to get my charges back. So, hold on. Let me roll
roll.
real quick. It did.
Because we only spent 1 day in Aelden before we... Wait, how many days of travel did it
Oh
take to
shit!
get
I got him
to-
back. Ah, ha,
Oh,
ha,
all right,
sorry.
cool. Hey, whatever then.
Yeah.
One good roll, baby.
So, oh man, I have not been keeping track of things properly.
So Yursa can put us back at a teleportation circle.
I'm just gonna ballpark it. It's probably the 24th of Elysius. So it would have been like 6 days.
Okay, so yeah, we definitely...
Yeah.
You got the so what I'm thinking is... we could either send Yursa, who can become a small creature, but it seems like small isn't exclusively good, like a bird or something, because...
I mean, I could do a bat or like a
bat.
rat because that feels appropriate here.
Do you have
Because...
flying animals already?
For some reason, I'm allowed to have a bat. It's on my doodad.
I think it's level
Well, you're
9 when
ninth
you get
level,
flying
yeah.
animals.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I was also thinking that Rian has really high stealth and he can fly with the boots now. So there's that as an option too.
And like the bat is considered a tiny creature as well. So like,
Maybe you guys could go together just in case something goes wrong.
okay.
Yeah.
How far away is the thing?
The temple?
Yeah.
Roughly.
Not 50.
About 15 feet.
I would say
It's right next door.
We're in it.
400 and...
You're already
no,
there.
just say a clean, even 500 feet away.
Okay.
Okay.
If you were to go across the river.
That's not that bad.
Yeah. Gak would be able to use chip, but it would only be up to 100 feet.
Yeah, so I mean, Yursa and Rian could fly over. They could see the entrance of the temple, and then we could just teleport there. I don't think we would go into it at all.
No.
That seems like a mistake.
We need to figure out how to get rid of a lot of their numbers too, because 125 of anything we're not going to be able to stop. So I think getting a lay of the land and seeing what we're dealing with is a good start.
Okay.
When you
Like a
guys
little
come
scouting
back, we
mission.
can talk next. Yeah, scouting mission.
Okay. All right.
There is a way to enclose yourself inside of the temple. There are mechanisms, buttons on the walls that you can click to shut the doors. That will stop the masses from coming in.
Well, that's good.
Perfect.
But you will be trapped inside of the temple with the Elden Ring.
You're talking like you're not coming. Are you not coming?
I would like to.
Yeah, you can come. Right, gang?
You're invited for sure.
Yeah.
It would
Yeah,
be
you
great
can go
if you
first.
came.
This is the weirdest interaction with a mind flayer, and I'm all for it. I would like to come.
What's happening right
I
now?
would
Okay.
like-
I would
I've
like
been
to.
kind of lonely. All my friends are mushroom.
I kind of
Um,
want this to work, or I want to die.
My main priority is to save.
Mm-hmm. You're doing great, buddy. We're listening.
I've lost it. Oh, man.
No, you got it. You got it. You're doing great.
Let me get some
It's,
water.
it was just the cough was really funny.
The
The voice is great.
moist.
You're doing a great job. The cough just caught me off guard.
As soon as you cough, there was so much moisture.
All right, back to Rian.
Yeah.
It is my main priority to save.
I
Guys,
can't.
don't look at him.
Nick's
Don't look at him.
face. Nick's face is throwing me off.
Don't
Nick,
look at
It's
him.
gross,
Don't-
John. I'm sorry.
Okay, John, go.
What's happening right now?
There we go. Nick has covered his camera. You're good, John.
To save the Elder Brain. It has all the knowledge of my people for millennia. The Elder Brain is the most important thing. With it, we can rebuild our civilization.
So even with that power, it can't undo the destruction that's happening above the surface.
I do not know. The artifact was here before our people took over. We studied it.
But I think the
We
important
tried.
thing, the important point you make is that if the artifact is removed from your elder brain, then the spread will stop.
I believe so, yes.
If
It
the spread
seems that
stops, then there are ways, I think I've seen Ursa do it, to help cleanse the land.
Yeah, I can certainly try. I think maybe with Basil's help we could do something.
I hope so.
Did your Lady Gem Cloak person give you further instructions? You guys saw the vision of the temple, but did she say anything about what to do here? Like, I know. No?
He was no.
Oh.
Not really. A lot of it feels kind of omen-y. Like she tells you what could happen, but not how to fix it. I think she thinks we're smart enough to figure it out, but
This is at least a start. Like, clearly the source is here, and I mean, to be fair, of course he wouldn't know what would happen after, because this is probably the first time he and the rest of us all ran into this.
that's fair.
I agree. So I think that what we need to prioritize right now is scouting out, seeing what we can find, getting a good spot that we can teleport to, and hopefully figuring out a little bit more of the details of the surrounding area, and then I think we go. There's no reason to sit dilly-dallying and planning when we have no idea of what's inside. If you, Zelix, say that you have the ability to lock down the temple with us in it, then I don't think we need to worry about the other infected outside.
And we want to stay together, right? No splitting up.
Oh, yes. Not for me. I think that's an awful idea.
I mean, minus the
Be
spider.
ill-advised.
I need help. I'm gonna need help.
What do you
With
need help
what?
with?
I think that I'm in trouble down here.
What do you mean, Gak?
And he'll probably turn to the to Zelek and he'll be like, "So, these things, everything down here, it's all brain."
Alex puts his head to the side.
We thrive on intellect. Yes.
Okay, so I would think that I'd be pretty fine. But when we were coming down on the rope, I was the only one that got affected by those things, and everyone else was okay. And I don't know. I think that I might, I don't know. I think that I might be easier to get.
I recommend you remove thoughts from your mind.
Done.
Our people thrive on psionics. Connection to the brain. We feed off of it. The elder brain is an accumulation, millennia of intellects. If it can detect your weakness, it will use that against you.
Okay. So pretend that I'm really smart, but don't think.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm really bad at not thinking.
Yeah, there's just a pool of every. Yeah. Got multiple.
Lady of the Moon over here has the moon talking to her.
Then I worry for your safety.
Don't worry, Gak. I'll distract him for you. Me and Moon got this.
And if any of you
Okay.
are more concerned, I know it's not great, but if you can stay closer to me, it'll give you a little bit more resilience.
I'll try.
I would ask that if I am leading you to the Elder Brain to destroy this artifact, that you do not touch or harm the Elder Brain.
So, is the artifact in the brain?
The artifact is in the room.
Oh, okay. Don't touch the brain.
You may kill the great dragon, however. It can be remade.
Oh,
So
cool.
Gak is really studying this guy. Could I roll an insight check when he said, "Don't harm the elder brain"?
Yep.
Just to see like if there's any other reason other than it's a thing that they like.
Of course, make an insight check.
We like the brain. The brain is nice.
Mm-hmm.
23.
Nice.
23. Yeah, Zelix is very much focused on the Elder Brain and its well-being. The conversation keeps revolving back to keeping the Elder Brain safe. Yes.
To them, is it like a holy, like our version of a holy book? It's like this.
Yeah, from the conversation you've had, he quite literally said that it is millennia of consciousness and brains accumulated into one thing. So it is probably the knowledge of their people and their culture and everything like that. That is your extent of knowledge you would have for it. You've never encountered or heard or read anything about an Elder Brain. So, actually, Gideon, make a history check.
Yeah, I was kind
You're
of
from the
about
Astral
that.
Sea.
I hate myself.
Yeah, it's not clicking.
So the little small brains that were running around, are those
Gak's really trying to think.
so the mushrooms are the things that took over people?
Correct.
And so the little brain things, they're
Our
with,
pets.
okay. If they weren't, if the mushrooms didn't have them, would they have still attacked us?
Most likely, yes. They too, in a more primal way, feed off of intellect. They are the brains that were not worthy of the Elder.
If we help save the Elder Brain, are we gonna be okay?
Yes.
Yeah, do I believe him?
Make an insight check.
Can I roll one since I was asking the question also?
Yeah, you can roll with advantage,
Thanks.
since Rian would be helping.
Not as good as the last one, but still. 18. Look at that. Rian and I both rolled an 18.
Gak, I'm gonna message you.
Okay.
Oh,
Why won't it let me message you? That's hilarious.
So
Gak's
funny.
great at keeping secrets.
Yeah, this is gonna be.
Okay. Long message you're typing there, John. Long old message. Guys, he just sent me a 6-page book. I don't. It's a brochure on how not to get your brain eaten. I don't know what to. I don't have time really.
Does it just say wear a helmet?
Yeah, that's it.
No, well.
It's where
a
a
really
helmet
big font.
6 pages over.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Gak's just staring at Zelik.
Gak. You feel something try to pry at your mind, maybe to detect some thoughts,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't even have to try. he doesn't get anything back.
Yeah. Gak is gonna. Oh no, do I not have it equipped? Oh, dang it. I was gonna say Gak's gonna detect thoughts right back at you. But he doesn't have it, so never mind. Would have been funny though. Yeah, Gak.
Okay. Personally, I'm scared. Just about everything. I don't want to get hurt. Does this have to happen right now?
It has been this way for many, many cycles.
Okay, so we can wait a little bit.
If you intend to, the more you wait, the worse it will get.
Gotcha.
Oh, Gak is like standing with the group. And he's just kind of looking at the group, and then looking back at Zelik.
Is the telekinesis or the mental link still active?
So he could talk to Umbra, but the guy wouldn't hear.
Yep.
Umbra, it's Gak. I am trying to get away. We need to get rid of this guy, and I kind of want to just like talk with all of us, but I don't know how to bring it up without being awkward because we already said he could be with us.
I mean, you can talk to me and I can talk to everybody but Rianne. Is that okay?
Yeah, Brienne definitely should know. but-
Okay, we've figured that. What do you need to tell everybody?
Yeah, so, I think that if the little brains would attack us and these guys would attack us, I think the big brain would attack us.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that if we help and don't hurt the big brain, I don't think there's any reason that they would just let us leave.
Mm-hmm. Are you uncomfortable if I were just to ask the Mind Flare that? Or whatever this creature is, squid guy?
I would not ask him anything about that
Okay.
because I do think that he'll try to kill us.
Oh, okay. Give me one moment.
I will say,
Message sent off to everybody else.
yeah. As you send that message off to everyone and let them know, what are Enid's initial thoughts? Because what just happened was Gak kind of just stood there for a little bit and like Gak probably was just like making
Enid,
faces while he was like talking in his brain.
And he was also looking at Zelik.
Yeah.
And then looking around. But I will say, as Enid's gonna like spread that around, Gak is gonna turn to Zelik and start talking to him. Like as she's talking to everyone else.
Okay, so Zelix is casting Detect Thoughts on you, Enid. But it's a little jumbled because now Gak is talking to him as he's trying to detect your thoughts.
And is he detecting thoughts?
He's not prying, so it's just surface thoughts.
Is it while Gak was talking to her, or when she's trying to tell everybody else?
While Gak was talking to you.
Okay, I mean, do you want me to text it to you, or do you want me to say them?
You can just say them.
Okay. Her thoughts are, that's a valid concern. I think we could probably just talk to him, because it seems like he needs us more than just to harm us. He seems desperate, but if Gak's uncomfortable with me confronting him about this, then I won't do it.
Okay. Zelix doesn't say anything, he just
Okay.
reads it. And then you let everybody else know.
Boom.
So can you tell us more about this older brain?
Elder Brain. It is our civilization's, what would you call it? Library. It has the minds of every Illithid that has sacrificed themselves or been sacrificed to it for millennia.
That's pretty crazy. So, how big do you think it is?
And this is just him trying to like talk to Zelek as Eden's doing.
How big is it? Like, is it like a house?
Zelix realizes this creature is very intelligent. Realizes what's happening and looks to everybody, and everyone hears it in their.
If you do not wish to help, that is fine. I will find a way to free the Elder Brain of this artifact. With or without you.
I think we do want to help.
Yes.
We just want to make sure that we're going about this as safely as we can, and well, I think we all want to be able to walk out of here in one piece at the end of it. That is all. We don't mean any disrespect. We just want to come up with the safest plan, and I know your priority is the Elder Brain, and we respect that. Ours is to cleanse this area any way that we can, and it seems like the first step is to separate this artifact as safely as we can from the Elder Brain.
While Ursa was talking to Zelek,
Saw the facial expressions Mick was making.
so while Ursa was talking to Zelek, Gak is gonna talk to Umbra, and he's gonna say,
I kind of think that we should try to trap this guy and then bring all those other ones with the mushrooms into this room and have them eat him and we run away.
I think that is a little bit more of a risk than a reward. Personally, if that makes sense. Like we could also get wrapped up in that, and we don't even know where we're going or how we're gonna get there.
If Ursa traps him with vines, I mean, he's kind of scrawny. I don't know if he's gonna be able to get out of it. All I'm saying is that this guy's gonna kill us after we help him. And rule number 2 is kill someone before they kill you. That's what Dio taught me, and it's worked out almost exclusively well.
One second, and while at the end or towards the end of your son, in Zelek's conversation, she'll say, Gak wants to kill him. How do we feel? To everybody else.
Basil's trying to control her shock face. I'm sorry, what? Gak? Big giant Gak said that?
Yeah, he really thinks he's gonna kill us once we're in there with the brain, so he wants to kill him now so that we don't have to worry about that later.
Well, tell Gak we might as well use him for our advantage now, and then we can regroup and see if we want to kill him once we use him to get to where we want.
Does anyone else have strong opinions on this?
Ursa would probably say the same thing Basil's said.
Rian just like
Taking in the scenery,
Gideon.
listening to the conversation.
Gideon?
Gideon has no opinion on this.
I rolled an insight on Gak.
Oh no.
So if you want to roll a deception check, Zelix is trying to insight your demeanor of, are you very standoffish against him, and do you have other intentions?
Well, I rolled a 17, so Gak's just kind of looking at him, and he's going,
Okay, cool. So what's the best way to get in here?
Okay. So insight, he rolled a 26.
Ooh. Ouch.
He looks to all of you and starts to back up.
I intended to help all of you. I know that I am alien to all.
I think that you have got the wrong idea. Truly. We're no stranger to strange things. Again, I think there is just an unease in being in a place that we are unfamiliar. And I think right now we have a common goal.
Do we?
Yes, so we want to see this place cleansed.
And we want to stop the corruption infecting the upper shell.
Kind of stole my house, so I would really like it to stop.
I can tell you how to get in and what to expect. I do not feel comfortable going with you.
Okay, let me just clarify one thing. So obviously this elder brain means a great deal to you, as it rightfully should. It seems as though it's very meaningful to you and your people. You said that as of right now you don't trust us, but you'll tell us how to get into the place with your most valuable piece of information connected to your people without providing any supervision to us.
Make an insight check.
Yeah. Boop. I think it's 17. Yep.
It seems that Zelix he's not fully caught on to what's going on. He knows that people are talking telepathically on a different frequency than him. And he understands Gak's body language. I mean, you guys are also talking telepathically, and even Basil said trying not to react to it. Like, he can see facial gestures and slightly and all that.
Except for Rian.
Zelix is backed off. You could tell he feels uncomfortable, but it also seems like you could tell that he would not tell you the exact way to get there safely.
Listen, I'm going to be very honest with you. I have no intention of harming you. At the end of the day, what I want, and what all of us want, is to stop this corruption from spreading any further. I think, if I'm being entirely honest with you, while I do not want to hurt you, and that is true, you can read it very clearly on my face, I worry about what will happen if you say the small intellect devourers would try to consume us, even if there wasn't the corruption. We are aliens to your elder brain. You are not its master, it is your master, as I understand what you're saying here. What's to stop it from trying to consume us? So I don't want to hurt you, and I don't think any of us do. But if we seem a little apprehensive, couldn't you understand? Same as you feel apprehensive now.
Basil's gonna step forward a little bit. Exactly what Rian's saying. Listen, You have to understand, and she's saying this with like complete openness. During our journeys, we've met people who've been open to helping us, and us fully trusting them and having them turn their back on us. So that is the reason why we're a little hesitant, because we've already experienced that, and it's not easy for either party. But the very fact that you helped us out there, and we're here willing to help you, and being grateful that you're willing to help us, that still means something. We do have a common goal. Maybe different ways we may agree on or disagree on, but we want to help fix whatever's going on. And your help, I think, is going to make a significant difference. We don't know the streets like you. We don't know how everything works. So maybe if we all can still be hesitant, but willing to try to trust one another during this little mission, I think that things will go a lot better.
Exactly. And as long as you can promise that you'll do nothing to harm us, then I can promise that myself, and I'm sure the rest of us here, will do nothing to harm you. We need you and you need us.
Couldn't agree more.
I'll say a persuasion check is not needed. Zelix still he's stepped back.
You are correct. We need each other. I will assist in getting you to the artifact. If your intention is to destroy it, then you will destroy the artifact and leave all home.
Say no less.
I do just have one final question. And I hope that you'll be honest with me as I have just been honest with you. When the Elder Brain is cured of this artifact corrupting it, what do you think its primary directive be? My main concern is that because of this corruption, I just would wish that no ill intent would be planned for the above world.
I do not control the intents of the Elder Brain. I follow its guidance. I know that if the Elder Brain is released from this artifact's grasp, we will rebuild. I know no further.
And that seems pretty honest.
Insight.
Yeah.
I will say, Gideon, at this point, with all these little nods and conversations happening about the Illithids and the Mind Flayers and the Elder Brain, you can make another history check.
23.
With a 23, he seems genuine.
Nice.
What he's saying is, yeah, the Elder Brain is what you said before, the master. Like,
Okay.
it seems like with their culture, they just listen to what the Elder Brain says.
Okay.
Gideon,
Cool.
kind of just taking this conversation and listening to everything, and there is this. You get this knowledge from being in the Astral Sea. Mind flayers are from what's called the Far Realm. They are basically colonizers of different worlds, planets, universes. They normally go and take over civilizations for their own, consume those that live within, growing their elder brain, growing their knowledge, and moving on to the next. You kind of piece that together, seeing the drow out here, seeing the architecture. Doesn't look like this was a mind flayer city to start.
Right. Okay.
Should we proceed?
I think as planned, Yersa and I need to do some scouting so we can safely traverse the city as a group to the temple. And then after that, we'll be able to teleport to the temple and proceed from there. If that's all right with everyone.
Yes.
Sounds like that's perfect.
Very well. Then we shall wait here for your return.
All right.
I will cut off our telepathic link for now. Thoughts to drive the horde near.
Thoughts drive the horde near, is that what he said? Oh, wow. Well, also before everyone goes, Umbra will say, like, that she feels... Meta only lasts an hour, but, like, she's like, I feel like this telepathic bond is dying out, or however, we don't have as much time left with it, and she will say she would not be able to rebuild that bond until 24 hours, or the next day, so long rest. So if we short rest, I can't rebuild that one.
Do we have sending stones still?
Isn't that verbal? Like you have to actually speak it, right?
Yes.
Still might be better than nothing, though.
Gak would definitely make sure that Rian or Yersa have them.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They're going off.
I will say you do start to hear outside the clicking again in the area as the telepathic bond is severed between all of you and Zelix. He just kind of sits in a corner, in the dark corner. You can barely even see him as he just sits in the shadow and just waits. But you can hear those creatures outside walking around.
Gak probably doesn't look away from Zelik. Always keeps him at least in the corner of his eye.
Okay. So Yersa and Rian, you were heading out.
Yes.
Yeet. Yeet.
Okay. There is a door out the back that would not lead to where these creatures are currently, so I would like the both of you to make stealth checks.
Cool. All right. Now's the time for it to fuck up. Never mind. Double 15.
Yersa is gonna just nowsies turn into a bat.
Okay.
John, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say I can still make a stealth check if you would like.
I would. Yeah. You need to make a stealth check.
Just so I can know, like, round trip, how much time will this take from the boots? Oh! Yersa with the natty!
I'm a bat.
Yeah, you saw bats down here earlier, so you kind of just blend in.
You fly into a group of them, Rian's like, oh shit, which one's Yersa? Oh, the green one,
The
got
slightly
it.
green one.
Yeah.
From here to the temple,
And then back. Just I'll mark off the time now.
Yeah, probably. What's your flying speed? Your walking speed, I guess.
So 60 feet.
Dashing? Is that dashing?
Yeah, that's dashing. Yeah.
So I said what? 500 feet?
Yeah.
Let's get some math. Okay, so close to 10 minutes there and 10 minutes back.
Okay. All right. 31 minutes used.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, we fly over, and I suppose we try and find a safer place to land that's close to an entrance with the least amount of bad zombie drow mind flayers.
So, as you fly over the city, you see hundreds of these creatures. Hundreds. You see the temple, this ziggurat-like structure. It is surrounded by these mind flayer zombies, drow zombies. You do see there are a lot that look like they're even connected by tendrils that are just coming out of the structure itself. These like dark red and purple tendrils that are connected to like the back of their head. You can see those that are connected to it are just looking around. They're staring in every direction, looking around, kind of scouting almost. But because of your stealth check, 32 and a 27, you are able to use the shadows to fly above and around and look inside the temple, this roofless structure at the top. You look inside and you can see the support beam columns that lead up, because the temple is this ziggurat, but at the top it's like triangular stone structures that intersect on each corner. These columns lead up to the top. Everything inside is very circular in motion. The designs of everything, you can see almost like this liquid running through these concave designs in the ground. The first thing you obviously see is a very large viscous pit of fluid that is home to a gargantuan floating brain that's kind of like bobbing in the liquid, but also has these tentacles that are just kind of moving outside of the liquid itself. But in the center, you also see a giant altar of stone, and resting atop is, for lack of better description, an eyeball with dark red iris, pure black in the center. It is, these tendrils reach around it and lead to the elder brain itself. You see that it is encased in what looks like this purple translucent bubble. You see I'll show you the battle map.
No.
Oh my god.
This looks like floating in nothingness. What?
Look at that brain.
Okay, what's the
So
ground?
that's like a really big jaw.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the elder
That's
brain.
really oh my god. Oh, I see the ground now. My brain finally figured out what's going on. So this is gross.
This particular map is really loud.
Sorry, go to your
brain
global
humming.
volume controls and turn ambient down.
Yeah.
Oh my. Big
I
brain.
will say connected to a tendril walking around, just kind of, it walks and then like sits down, looks and walks again. You see a purple, fleshy, dragon-like creature that looks like this.
Yeah, no.
Okay,
That's
being
bad.
half blind makes it really hard to fully see these things.
Oh, don't worry. I'll do this. Boom. Boom. Now it's in
Oh,
chat.
that's better.
It's good. It's a good name for
So, we prepared for how long to fight a vampire?
Like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean the dragon's already half dead though,
Oh,
so
God.
Oh, you're right.
yeah.
I mean,
It's
vampires
easy.
and dragons are basically the same thing, so you know.
And there's
Listen.
a possibility that the brain is friendly.
And
A
also,
colonizer, not friendly.
in
Yeah.
Name me one friendly colonizer.
You got over it eventually.
Absolutely, Christopher Columbus.
I will also say in the Battle Royale PvP Rumble that we did, Rian did 1v1 a dragon and won. I mean, pretty single-handedly. So,
All right, so Rian, dragon duty.
You got the dragon breath.
I'll just like Shrek in Shrek, I will handle the dragon,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which means I
Right,
won't,
right.
and we'll have to deal with it later.
And it means that one of us is gonna fall in love with it?
And have babies.
Rid that dragon.
I-
you know?
I mean, if anybody was
will
Donkey,
take that if needed.
oh, I was gonna say Basil, but sure.
This is what you see.
Gross.
Okay. So
Yeah, it's
Rian's
horrible.
gonna look to Bat Ursa and be like, "What the fuck do we do about that?"
You're just gonna shrug with her little wings and shudder in fear.
So
This is how
Imagine when you guys start going to the different planes.
So do we just? Can we with the port glass? Can we just teleport in there?
Yeah,
Since we
You
saw
see
it.
now.
you see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I would
Okay.
like at least a short
Laura,
rest.
please.
Okay.
You can hit the short rest button. It's been long enough.
Okay.
Okay.
Heroic short rest.
Does that include me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Short rest before you use your druid shape to turn into a bat.
Poop. Okay, that's fair.
Okay.
I
Thank you.
think just
I don't-
one hit die should be. fine.
I mean, there's nothing to do in here other than shudder. So we should probably leave.
Yeah. I mean, does it seem like the eyeball that is there? You said there's that purple sphere, and it's like around the eyeball, but it's connected to the brain. Just from looking at it, can we see any, like, does it seem like this sphere is like protecting the eyeball, or is it just magic radiating off of it? Can we like ascertain that?
I will say the sphere itself looks like it's this psionic protection energy you can see. I would say make an Arcana check.
Yeah. Nice. That's 14.
It doesn't seem like it's coming from the artifact itself.
He's gonna look to Bat Ursa and say, "I'm gonna describe that to Gideon and see if he has any ideas."
You get a claw up.
Good talk. All right.
While you are here, however, this kind of close to it, you do hear in a resonant, bassy voice.
Yes, Lord, sadly, it will be done.
You look around and you see the Illithid and Mind Flayer start to like move away. Like the bottom half of the temple start to move into the city. You then hear those who
We
are standing back
need to
at
go.
the house. You hear those creatures start to pick up, and actually you hear glass breaking from houses around where they are now seemingly searching the area.
Get back to us so we can teleport.
This is awesome. I'm
Now.
having a great time. How's
Flutter's
everyone
back.
doing?
Yep. Yeah. With that, we're heading back.
Okay, so 10 minutes it takes you to get back.
Ooh, this is fun.
Do we feel like we have 10 minutes?
Gak is gonna minor illusion sounds and other buildings.
Okay. I'm gonna roll with disadvantage for these creatures that are searching. You guys can understand that they are searching and looking around. At least understand that you need to move from where you are. So first, I would like everyone to make stealth checks that are in the house. Okay.
No problem. Oh my gosh, my thing is just not working right now. Stealth check. We'll worry about that right now. Okay.
Oh.
Also, has it been a full hour or does? Oh no, I'm gonna.
That's amazing, Nick.
Ooh.
Oh no, Val.
Oh my god.
Balance in all things, though.
That was sleight of hand.
That was sleight of hand. Awesome. I'm glad I made a mistake. Hell yeah! 31 is much different. She's
Okay.
like, I don't know, something with Gak trying to help.
She tries to
him out and drops
pickpocket
it.
Gak.
Yeah, I need to do that.
Now
Now's
is
not
not
the
time.
Sorry, force of habit.
I'm
Okay.
scared shitless. Are you kidding me?
Did everybody roll high enough for that?
That was my hit dice. I've been trying to figure it out.
Because I did not roll good, John. Mr. John. Did everybody roll high enough for me?
As Yersa and Rian are flying back, the four of you, along with Zelix, you hear, you see actually Zelix stop and shut his eyes. This is meta knowledge around the time when the Elder Brain starts talking. He opens his eyes and says,
We must go now. They are searching the area.
and he is going to make stealth check. Okay. He looks to it and says,
This
"Hey!" And he goes to the back door and starts to open it. Do you follow?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. He starts to lead you through the streets. You can hear crashing of glass and structures behind you. You can hear these creatures yelling and clicking and moving through the city quickly. You hear from the temple the scream as it sounds like this horde of creatures are moving through from the temple through the city itself. Some of you start to I'll say, Basil, you start to trip over your feet as you start to run behind everyone, but pick yourself up. I would say, Enid, you're able to grab Basil and kind of pull her along with the party. You start running through the buildings, through the alleyways, through the stone streets. Eventually, there is one of those corpse walker mind flayers that rolled a natural 20 and looks over in the direction of all of you as it starts to run in your direction. I need Basil to make an intelligence saving throw. Good.
We got a
You-
college bitch with a degree.
The eyes of this creature light up bright purple, and you feel it almost try to take over your mind and stun you in place. But you shrug it off and continue running. As you run, you see who would be in front. Zelix would be in front, leading you. Who would be behind?
I think if it's probably Gak and Enid went to get Basil, so Gideon, are you towards the middle too? Because it might be Enid and Basil in the back.
So
Sure.
Gak and Gideon, you would see this as you're walking, running through one of the alleyways. To your left, you see Drows and Mind Flayer zombies start running in your direction. It's this accumulation of these hordes kind of congregating in a center spot and running right behind you as you guys are running and bobbing and weaving through the buildings. Coming back to Rian and Yersa. Rian and Yersa, I would like you to make perception checks as you see the building that they were, and you see the horde of creatures, but because there's so many, it is hard to see them through the building. So I need you to make perception checks to see where your party members are.
16. Ooh.
Okay, 16 is good enough. Medium DC. Yeah, you see them running through, being chased by a large horde of these creatures.
Rian would.
Do something.
He would direct Yrsa down and then sort of start to fly and dive towards them and try and cut off in front of them. Who has the port glass? We would have taken it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
We
Sure.
have the port glass. Rian's getting it out since he's in human form. Yrsa's still a bat. So he's going to get it out and start to try and cut them off and attempt to, like, start activating it as they get towards them.
Okay. I will say, for those, it's pretty quick to activate the port glass, but these creatures are right behind you, so I would ask anybody if they would like to do anything to stop this horde from at least some of them getting to you before the port glass is able to go through.
While we're running through these alleys, is there any crumbling architecture that, like, Enid and Basil could, like, use their, like, weapons to, like, start to, like, knock things down and, like, cave it in?
Sure, yeah.
Cool. Let's, Enid would, because there's no use in being quiet, she would tell Basil to use the mace, start swinging around, let's break some shit. So-
Yeah. I will say there are tower-like structures that have been decayed, that are metal in shape, that you can, like, take out, almost like a water tower's legs, the 4 legs. You can take out one and the structure kind of falls down, and the creatures stop for a second and then start climbing over it and through it, going to get to you. Gideon, Gak?
I really don't have anything that would help here.
Gak's gonna cast Wall of Fire,
That'll do it.
Okay, yeah.
and he'll just right behind Basil, who's last, and Umbra's like, they're, grabbing stuff as we're getting closer to the port glass. Gak just Wall of Fire, but you can make it a circle. So
I will
he's
say
gonna-
you can make it into a U shape to close off that entire street from the fire. Okay.
Yeah, it says you can make it a ringed wall up to 20 feet in diameter. So he's just, like, trying to get it around the port glass as we're all running towards it.
Epic, dude. So as you cast wall of fire, you cast it as these creatures are about to reach out at Basil. As the fire erupts, the creature's arms go through, and you see those who were right there on the wall of fire get through onto the other side, but fall directly at Basil's feet, on fire, smoldering from the damage. You can see that many of these creatures start to go through the fire and then immediately drop on the other side. You then hear them scream and start to climb up the buildings around you. You see them on top of the roofs, starting to jump in your direction. As at that point, yeah, Basil?
Hold on, I'm gonna see how this plays out first.
Okay, so at this point, as they're jumping from the roofs towards you, over top the wall of fire, the port glass then is able to... the port glass it comes to a single piece. You all are able to go through one after another.
I will say, Rian, as he's activating, he's saying, all right, just to let everybody know, we're going directly to where the Elder Brain, the artifact, and the dragon is, so be ready to fight.
Don't care!
So that way nobody steps out. It's like, holy shit.
We're still gonna be holy shit. I don't think there's anything you could say to prepare us for that image.
Is
that we're
Zealot
about
still
to
with us,
see.
too?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Zelix goes through as well. As you appear inside of the temple on the Elder Brain, I'll let you place where you guys would appear. You see some of these creatures that reach for you as the port glass breaks and concaves into itself. You see about 3 or 4 of these things' arms come through with you, severed from the corpse they were attached to, and just flop onto the ground.
Just make sure not to miss it.
Yeah. So with that, I would like you to point out where you guys are going to port.
I mean, where would Rian be summoning us? Or does it not matter? Can we just show up wherever we want? Is that what you were saying?
No, it's a single spot, so it'd be wherever Rian would have.
I mean,
Can we go behind like this pillar back here?
yeah, that's what I was just like. As a group, where do you guys want to go? Because I don't want to make that.
I mean, yeah,
Right on
over
top
there
of the
sounds
dragon.
good.
Okay, all right, behind the pillar it is.
Yeah, I was thinking either center or side would be fine. So.
Oh. There's two of me.
Too much Rian.
Impossible.
I'm an Echo Knight now too.
Too
There's
much
also two
Ursa.
Yursas.
Two Ursas.
No shit. Who am I missing? Oh, Umbra.
And
And Zelix.
Oh yeah, fuck.
Mhm.
It's okay. I didn't have a thing for him, and I don't know why I forgot to do this. There we go.
I think ASAP, if we have a moment before we like get into combat, we should all run 30 feet in separate directions to avoid a breath attack.
Yeah.
Oof.
Gak's gonna stay near Rian.
Yours
Other
is
than
gonna
that.
not be a bat anymore. As soon
Good
as we get
idea.
here. She'll poof in a
All right, I know
cloud
this
of
is.
petals.
I can fix. What just happened?
Not a rat.
I
No,
can
that
fix
was
this before
Zelix.
next session.
Oh, not bad.
Yeah. Damn.
Sorry.
Why didn't let me? I don't know what's happening. I'll fix it before next session. As you all port into the temple of the Elder Brain with this artifact, you see the eyeball that was it was looking towards the Elder Brain just kind of swivel and look towards all of you, and you hear in your mind from the Elder Brain itself, and that's where we're going to end the session.
I mean, he's not
Alrighty.
wrong.
Cool. Yeah, no, you're definitely trespassing, that's for sure. But technically, so is he and the Elder Brain, so I don't feel bad.
So
What happens if you
we're
break into
all
somebody's
in the
house
wrong.
and somebody's already breaking into the house?
Right.
Exactly.
We're all the
right.
bad guys.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the Tales of Evrand. Be sure to tune in on Saturday for the Isles of Iverion. Not this Sunday. The Sunday is Easter, so enjoy your whatever you're gonna do on Easter. Eat Cadbury cream eggs if that's what you do. All right. Be sure to come back on Tuesday for the Salamander Coast or next Wednesday for the Tales of Evrand. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.